lessons half our lessons in Spanish, and I am currently a teacher. I am also an historian and a theologist, but we leave that for another town hall meeting. But you know, I, like many other citizens, are very concerned about the direction in which we are moving as you know, as Jamaican citizens. You know, and I have this burning desire to see the issues that set us back as a nation addressed. You understand? And sometimes, you know, there's a sense that our elected officials are not doing enough. You know, so whenever we get an opportunity like this, like your show, Brother Wayne, to pose some questions to our leaders and those who are elected to represent us, we don't hesitate. We're thankful for a program like this.
Good, good. All right, give me some rundown now and which school you teach at right now. And give me some rundown with the condition and with the teachers, them and money wise and everything, you know, cost of living and everything. Give me some rundown on that.
Okay, so right now, what I am teaching at a private institution right now. You understand me? I'm teaching at a private institution. It is an excellence academy, right? And now, you know, the system with is different. The salary is not enough. You understand me? It's not enough. It's not enough in comparison with other workers in similar fields. It pales. So you will see multiple articles on the news. You see the JTA complaining about the salary, and it's really it's really an issue that is plaguing the education system, and we would like the government to do something for the teachers of our nation, because they are preparing our future. Our children are our future. They are our present and our future, and the youngsters that are in the education system,
Okay. So the other day, you watched that episode with the health minister talking about the nurses and the shortage of nurses and things, and the health system.
Yeah.
Give me an overview. Give me an overall view with the health system and how it's staying now and everything. We do about it, but go on, you give me an overall.
Okay, yeah. As a person, no, I am trying to make an entry into nursing, and I heard the minister made reference to the shortage of nurse educators in the education system. So what he's saying essentially is that the problem is being exacerbated by the lack of educators. You understand me? And I think that Nursing Council of Jamaica has, as a matter of policy in its standards, they set the ratio for educator to student in the system, right? And institutions such as UE, SON, School of Nursing, is capped at 150. You understand? Their intake of students is capped at 150. You understand me? They can't go beyond that, and that is a matter of policy. And the next thing, every nurse educator that I have spoken to, they complain about the dichotomy between them and nurse administrators. So people who is in nurse administration they are making more money than the educators. So when there's no incentive for people to go into nurse education, because the salary is so poor, and people who are nurse administrators make significantly more in Jamaica than educators, and I think therein lies the problem. So what we want the minister to do is to tell us how, what kind of policies he inputting to address this problem. Okay. You understand me?
So what you're saying to us right now in the diaspora, if I'm saying to that means the minister just running some hot air balloon, but he's a failure then. He's a failure. Yeah, I mean, it's a must, because remember, if you If you tell me that you're building more building, you're going to open more hospital, but you don't have the nurses to staff the hospital, then it's a failure.
That is a significant problem. That is a problem. That is a big problem. And the reason why we have quite a few nursing schools in Jamaica, good ones. Someone now going to education when he can make more money in the hospital. You understand me? Or he can make more money in administration. This is a no-brainer. So what they need to do is to make these salary attractive so that they can attract the talent that they need. You understand me? To address this problem and therein like the root cause of the problem. Of course, we have things like the brain drain and he mentioned competing with overseas influence and that. And you know that has always been the case. People will migrate for opportunity. You understand me? I have never in my short life known a time where people have not been leaving this island to seek better opportunity in North America and all of this place. And some people actually come back. You understand me? So what I am saying is that from our end, and from a matter of policy, the issue with the educators' pay needs to be addressed.
Well,
you understand me?
Okay, hold on. We have to just join us, you know. What you mean, man?
Yeah, man.
That's up.
The man is here. All right, so we're just talking to Russian. He's an educator and he's going into the nursing field and just explain to us because he was watching the program the other night with the health minister. And him telling me, point blank say, you know, he might explain to us all them cap it and everything. Hey, Jeffery Tavares joining us just right now, you know. Yes, man.
Good evening to you, sir. Good evening to your guest and His Excellency, the Honorable Wilfred Rattigan, future Commissioner of Police.
Yeah, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right, so yeah, what more you do now? You know, but let me just make it just recap at that because Rattigan just come on and Jeffery, right? So just explain back to us again when you say it cap at 150 with the nurses and why we
yes.
This I just show that the health ministry is a failure. Yeah, just tell me how that system set up.
I think that there's much to be done in the way of creativity to address this problem. And as I was explaining earlier, some schools, like for example, UWI school, it's capped at 150 in their intake process. They can't take more than that because if they exceed that, they will essentially need more educators. You understand me? So the nursing council have in its policy, as a matter of standards, that you cannot exceed this number. So they are capped. The school can't take no more than that. You understand me? And many other schools, it's the same issue. So if we are capped at 150, I don't think we can produce enough nurses to address the problem in the short term or in the long term. You understand me? When you look at that through the from the point of view of the brain drain and the North American and the European market compete for talent, they're recruiting and people have always been migrating, as I said, for opportunities. Nothing new. It's nothing new. So what I am saying, it is incumbent upon the government to get creative with these policies that allow us to produce enough talent to supply the demand. You understand me? So we cannot be in a situation where we have to compete with this, which there's no competition. We cannot compete with North America, nor Europe for that matter. So if we have policies that are holding us back, you understand me? Then we can never go forward. You understand me? Or go forward at the pace that we'd like to. So what I am saying, what is exacerbating the problem is that a lack of nurse educators, as the minister rightfully said. You understand me? But why aren't there more nurse educators? You understand me? The pay is small in comparison to nursing administrators. So people now go left administration, come in education when the pay is much, much smaller. So then again, I am arguing that they need to do something about the salaries of nurse educators. You understand me? If they want qualified professionals to come into this field, they have to do something about the salary. You know? Because when it's so obvious that somebody else in administration is making this much, and just as qualified, even to be more qualified to go into education, why would they then stay in education as opposed to going into administration? People are going to follow the money. It's a no-brainer because, you know, when you look at bills, them are coming in and you're putting them one go to school and, you know, just to put it bluntly. So that is contributing to the problem and it has to be addressed.
Speaking though, as your kid want to go to school, the minister say, you know, it's fair. You know, it cannot work neither with him and him kids. Them need to family. What your take on that?
I would argue that Mr. Minister, there are people that are doing much worse than you. There are people who are doing much worse. I think the pay as an MP, in comparison, let me state that, in comparison to others, for example, teachers and police, is quite handsome. You understand me? So if the minister is having problems, I wouldn't say having problems. If the minister is lamenting the pay situation, can you imagine people who make significantly less? Just think about it.
So what you take home now per month when them draw them taxes?
The average teacher in Jamaica take home 90,000. 90 may go over depending on your thing, but it's there, but it bounces between 90 and 100, and that is far from being enough.
Okay, so you take home 90,000. So it's an average 90,000. That makes you.
Yeah. And the situation is much worse for those who work in private institutions that are some of them private school. They pay you what they want basically. You understand me? You have to negotiate and agree. You know.
Okay. So tell me something now. So you're taking home 22,500 per week. My boss cannot afford. So tell me something now. Oh, you pay your light bill, your water rates, and you take care of your bills. What you by the way, what you eat for lunch and these things? What it costs you for travel and lunch money per week? Per person can get a clear understanding.
Well, lunch will cost you approximately $1,000 per day. You know, between purchasing your lunch, which is basically $600 to $700, depending on what you like. It can be more, depending on how much you eat. You know, and you have to buy a drink. So let's say $1,000 every day.
Yes.
You understand me? $1,000 every day. And some people do transportation depending on how far they live. You understand me? You know, I can't estimate that. But then the gas money now, and you know the price of gas has been going up. You have to pay your gas money. And when you look, your insurance are coming around the corner and all of that. So sometimes it depends out. If you're not,
how much you full of your tank then? Like come on, like you was that. How much you full of tank now? Depends on the vehicle where you drive.
I am not driving at the moment, but for full the tank is $7,000 full of tank, full of gas tank. For an average sedan, a small car, it's $7,000 for a tank full of gas.
Boy, I'm from Ratty. Come in and ask a couple more questions. The teacher, you know, but
yeah, man. For a small car.
The sufferation. Ratty, come clear.
All right. The first, you can hear me? Everybody can hear me?
Yeah, man. I hear you. Yeah, man.
Yeah, all right, good. First of all, thank you very much for having me on, sir. Rasheen, is that how you pronounce your first name, right? Rasheen.
Yes, sir, exactly.
Yeah. Thanks for being here, and big up to the listening and the viewing audience. Now, the Minister of Health, I think, mentioned last week, Friday, that he had a difficult time with his salary. No, and the salary is across the board for all parliamentarians, I think, except for a few cases. They make $2,600. I think it's a month. Yeah, $2,600 a month. That translates to $390,000 per month, and it comes up to $97,500 per week. Now, keep in mind that the minimum wage is $9,000, right?
Yeah, that is significant for minimum wage, I would argue.
Yeah, they make 10 times more, a little bit more than 10 times under the average person, right? And he said he was struggling. He said he couldn't. We shouldn't expect him, or couldn't expect family and do all the necessary things with the salary that he's getting as a parliamentarian. Therefore, he had to do something, had to conduct business on the side. So, thing that came to mind is this: nobody put a gun Nobody has ever put a gun to any parliamentarian's head, as far as I know,
Mm.
and said, listen, take that job, yeah, and take that salary, yeah. Nobody has ever done that. This is a choice. It's something that you say you're going to do, and you'd like to think that it's a noble choice because people are coming into parliament, into government, to help improve the lives of the ordinary man. He's a teacher, huh?
I think we lost Rattigan there. We lost him.
No, man, him talking. You can hear him?
You can't hear him?
He said you're a teacher.
No, he's loading. It's loading on my screen.
You can't hear me.
You can hear him? You can hear him now? Or loading on your screen? Him good around here, man. Him good. Maybe your screen. Yeah.
You can't hear me?
We can hear Mr. Rattigan loud and clear from Waterhouse to Morant Point.
All right. Him upload back. Because him screen start stuck. Right?
He was a teacher, right?
Yeah, man. He's a teacher.
All right, good. Now some questions after him.
Yeah, man. Tell him, man. Hey, Jeffrey.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, he might get on back. So just give it some open speech, no, man, before, you know.
Well, I must say thank you all for having me this evening again, once again on your program, on your platform, Mr. Lonesome. We have our good friend Wilfred Rattigan, the man who has the plan for Jamaica, in a sense, a man who doesn't mince words. Good afternoon or good night to my fellow Jamaicans, both home and abroad. You know, the time for us in this country to stand up for our civil servants, stand up for our people. Because if we don't stand up for our people, who else will? There are so many people losing their lands from the National Agency. There are so many people losing so many things. They don't have a job. Living below the minimum wage. Or 2 million Jamaicans, the Gleaner report, is hungry.
Mm-hmm.
And Jamaica is becoming, and whenever I say it, people vex me. We're not behind Haiti's back door. I want Mr. Rattigan is drinking that thing of the drown crow there.
Yes, sir.
You know, but in all seriousness.
Yes.
All seriousness. Our country is in need of help. And if we Jamaicans don't stand up for this country, this piece of rock, as I always said, we came here by labor pain, not by aeroplane, nor PNP, nor JLP. We are Jamaicans. And we must stand up for this little piece of rock. And if we don't, who else is going to stand up for Jamaica?
Well,
right. Let me show us something. You want to
make my opening?
Huh?
You want to make my opening?
Yes, man, make you opening.
All right, I'll be brief. No, listening audience, let me tell you something. We owe a debt of gratitude to this man in the wilderness. The renegade were not afraid because of his program, the message is being spread. For the first time in the history of Jamaica, we have a program like his outside of Jamaica that has been spread to the masses. And what's been spread to the masses? The truth. No false facts. He's telling it like it. A member so that we can spread this. Now here's what, and him burn so much fire that him burn them in a position of uncomfortability. People start feel discomfort. And as a result, last week we had two ministers, not a junior minister, no, we had the minister, or in this case, ministers, told them show up to kind of defend the administration and to defend their position. And we want that. We just don't want the opposition alone to come because it look what we want both parties to come and express their views so that the people can hear and the people can decide. And it was quite revealing what we heard last week. And we'll get into it into the program for those of you who didn't watch, or for those of you who watched and you want to get a little bit more comprehension as to what was said and what was meant. Because sometimes when you hear things being said, that's not what they mean. And so we're going to delve into that tonight. But I just want to say thanks to the man in the wilderness again for having me and for putting on quite a production for a long time. But I think last week was remarkable. And that we can continue the trend and that ministers will come out and speak, because the thing about it is that the message that's going out right now, I think they're sitting in their ivory towers and they're saying it's one-sided, and them gather together and say, listen, why the man in the wilderness attack and everybody are listening and people are, there's a steady and slow drum beat, and it's increasing, and they have like him force them to come out of hiding and come and talk to not only him, the voters. At the end of the day, them serve you. You are the true government. So tonight we are going to go into some things and we are going to recap, with the host's permission, we are going to recap what happened last week and kind of prepare you for what's to come, so that you're armed with information. Nobody can fool you no more. We are pull the scales off on the eyes, and we are make the politicians and open them out and state them true position. And the true position is not necessarily the truth. We are going to make them do that. Thank you very much.
We have to. Hey, we're going to fire same time tonight. We're going to show you something, We're going to get up, and we're going to burn on fire right now. Okay. So I'm going to show you right now. The British Prime Minister charged him, right? Look on this. Just remember this. Look on this.
My New Year's project was to grow the economy, and today we're announcing the second round of allocations from our Levelling Up Fund, and that's about investing in local areas in order to create jobs and help deliver on that promise to boost growth.
All right. So that now that I just show you. Them charging for that, And though that's the car when I can him sitting at the back seat, him not driving. But the police saw the video. You notice the paper put up the video. Everybody put up the video. Canada, in the US, right? Them charge him. Now them pass law. Say must use a man if they can identify him. Look on a man. Look again.
Some of them said, if you drive and watch it. Look who that. Pan him phone.
Let me come back again and play that see who that name care? You see who that?
Drive and watch it. Look who that. On him phone.
That's same one. So when I tell you say there is nothing him go like him a food. You know you exempt certain GTC for make something. It make no sense, Sheldon. It don't make any sense. You see me I say, what's your take on this, Rattigan?
Well, they have the same law in various states in the United States. And I remember when I was serving in New York, occasionally as an FBI agent, I would have reason to use the phone. But that was because of an emergency, and they created an exception in the law saying that if you're a law enforcement and you're responding, then of course you can use your phone. But I don't think they have that exception official.
No.
So I don't know why he would be exempt. I know that we know that it's him. The only question is, when was that taken? Was it taken? Was it in simple?
Or them say about phone and then him have used him phone. So that
Okay.
just hear
Not with passage of the law.
yes.
Right.
They know
Okay.
say it couldn't be
Fair
a
enough.
long time. So even
Fair
if
enough.
one come and say, well,
So-
a 5 years, so somebody pass the law and say,
So the question now then is that I'm sure this has been brought to the attention of the police. And when I say police, let me just give a big shout out to Rowan James, the hardworking, chairman of the Police Federation. Wherever you are, a big up. I tested fighting for the best possible package for those hardworking men and women, because you know why? They deserve it. No. Here is something where I'm going to bring to your attention, Mr. Ron James. The Man in the Wilderness just showed a video depicting Minister of our Labor, Carl Sumner.
Yes, Labor and Social Security.
Yeah, using a telephone after the passage of the law, so you can't drive and use phone. So the question I'm going to put to you is, how do we get this to be addressed by the police? Whether it's at the commissioner's level or somewhere else. Now, if the commissioner really wants to show his mettle and show that he's a man of action, what he should do is he should at least come to the public and say, it's come to my attention that the Minister of Labor and Social Security was using a telephone after the passage of the law, and it was in violation of the law. We're going to investigate. And if it turns out that if we can determine that he was using that phone, it's him, and he was using that phone during that time period, then we will have to prosecute. We will refer prosecution to the DPP, and we hope that the DPP will prosecute him to the fullest extent of the law. That will restore some kind of confidence in the public that, you know what, we don't have two set of laws. One for the people them up so, and one for the people them come from which part, right or so.
But we have to hold them accountable, brother. I remember our money run things there, and them, and the PSOJ has them feel, Is that man up on the money them are spending? Them have to have the real Diaspora. So we're serious. I use it against them now. Can't tell us of idiot to remember, we're not here with people, We're not here with them. Yes, Jeffrey.
Yes, sir. You know something, Wayne? When you see these things going on, I don't know why Wilfred Rattigan keep on drinking that drunk right in front of me.
I'll send someone while you're away.
No, on a very serious note though. But when you see things like this, it was a Samuda along with Dead White Truck, came out and tell the people of Jamaica, tell the bus and taxi operators that they must go borrow money to pay their ticket. Is it that called Samuda and the parliamentarians and people of the Vumbova and the Vumbovi is above the law in this country? And people who crossroad the laws for them? That is Minister called Samuda. And the Commissioner of Police need to bring back credibility to the law enforcement in this country. He should investigate, as what Mr. Rattigan said, and charge Minister Carl Samuda. Is above the law in this country? And another thing again, you have the Speaker of the House keep on saying that the Parliament is the highest court of the land. Utter nonsense. The Supreme Court is and the highest body of the land, not the Parliament of Jamaica. And these people keep on telling the country, oh, the Parliament is the highest court of the land, my foot. Minister Carl Samuda must be charged. If that is him, it must be charged and it look like him. So I'm calling the Minister of National Security and the Commissioner of Police. I'm calling on him tonight. Investigate and charge the minister. Because if it was a poor pauperizing bus and taxi operators, they'll be charged long time.
You know what though, Ratty and Jeff. The young man in the school getting, we saw that video right away. Person get charged, right away. When the teacher threatened those young guys and say him don't like nothing with seed, them put him on suspension, them not charge him. When them trim Engzinga King, them go on and say she tell lie, and them not charge the police. So you have two that we are talking about. That's why I'm say Streck, we now stop say it. Streck need to go home. Them football she accountable. And we not have remember now, we don't have any commissioner of police in Jamaica. And we just be on straight. Them have a Google Gaga, Sir Googs. That's it. No, but them never police. Him not doing a police work. Them just give him $18 million for work and shut up police funeral.
Hold on a second. Wait, Lonesome, you didn't play it last week Sunday, you played the video?
Yes, man.
You should play it again because that video is funny as hell. I'm telling you.
Mr. Everywhere, the man just squander. Him just go look on YouTube and look on every other jurisdiction. They have 7 and they make 3 births. 1, 2, 3, 21 gun salute. Him talk about 21 gun salute and give them 39. So no, him go on and shut up every funeral. That's what him do. He just shut up Lucius Thomas funeral. The man must shoot up the funeral. Him go that means this man not gonna get charged. He's not a police. I don't busy. So Googs now invite you over here that you can explain yourself. You need to come over here, come explain yourself, sir.
But he not gonna come because
no, but if him not come, we know same as Google Gaga. If him come in the circle. So him know say we not go. You understand? But if him not come in, that him a straight Google Gaga. But if him come now, you know it's sir, we'll put the sir Googs. We'll drop off some of the Gaga. You understand? So if him come, a straight Sir Googs. So him need to come explain himself. Yeah, see the man them as 39, all police have to put it there, 39. We don't see you come here to Sir Googs. That everybody here come and say, boy, Mr. Lonesome, Sir Googs here. Just that alone, the world pop up, and you're good. That yeah, we need to drill him, you know. And we want and next person want over you, General Lampile. Because we don't play with them, you know. We don't play with them. You understand? We don't know where 20 million fine. General Lampile, you know. But we need him over here.
You need to tell the people who you call General Lampile, though, you know, because some of them don't know.
That is planting, sir. Oh my God. Planting, aka General Lampile. Yeah? Yeah, man. See, me that drive the other day, I look some Lampile, that when them come, so me send some package of Lampile for him. Him can't run out. You understand? Yeah, man. But on a serious note, them need that man from him they send the car and we see him. He need to get charged. No two way about it, him need to get charged.
Of course. There can't be a part of a system that lay down laws in this country, and then they think that they're above the law that they lay down. What sort of nonsense is going on in this country? It can't continue like this.
Can you imagine, man? Eh? Can you imagine? Can you imagine? They want to run the country like it's a dictatorship country, you know, where the laws them say okay we exempt. So me I say me soon start calling them chicken back, you know. Me I say oh we don't want GCT for everything else, but we exempt. Eh? Them exempt. Exempt what? Eh? When you have the law, it with broad base. You understand? Government member, you have to lead by example. Them have to lead by example. No two way about it. You understand? No two way about it. Don't go around it. We're not playing around here. Yeah? All right. Just few weeks ago, around 2.5 weeks, like 3 weeks something. One of my friends has shown me, I'm going to ask the government about this because me see them go buy the garbage truck and I hear enough of them are break down all over the place. And I hear say, you know, who own truck and all kind of things. So we have to come out with it, you know. You understand? We hear about it. And welcome, Urban. Yeah.
Hey, man in the wilderness,
Yes, man.
the future Supreme Court Justice of Jamaica. And the
That's
next,
honorable sir.
the next Honorable Senator and Speaker of the Senate to replace those who refuse to speak. Good evening to you all and your listeners.
My make fire start burn from Jeffrey from way over there, you know. Yes, sir. Yes, man. All right. So we see this. My good friend send me this. Danny Marina. Send me this, right? And this, remember them have the garbage truck, the place to clean up and everything, and you hear all kind of things. This are Jamaica. This water. Look on the water where I run go down in the harbor. It's a filter water, you know. Look on the gully. Look on this.
Wow.
Just think of another harbor. This. Just look.
Yeah, it is going straight to
Just
Kingston
look.
Harbor.
See that? Look. That's a filter water.
Is that out by Newport?
No, man, that's right near to the ice factory. Also, yes, sir. Right? Mm-hmm. So
Wait.
this, yes.
This has been going on for years, you know, and nobody does anything about it.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody does anything about it. That is exactly when to the Kingston Harbor. The only time anything about it, you know, is when they have a diplomat coming from overseas.
Mm-hmm.
Like when Obama was coming, they clean up the place good and properly. You know? That has been going on for years upon years, and nobody does anything about it.
People catching fish from the harbor. So, if people catch fish from the harbor, come on now. This not good. This is a health risk. That is sewage. That is raw sewage going in the harbor. Then, what in Kingston we need a treatment plant.
At one point when I thought that the UN, the seabed in Jamaica had come up with a blue economy program where you could get a contract. You had a boat and you had the manpower and the divers to go around and clean up anything that comes to the ocean. Now, I don't know if they want to wash everything down out of that, gully type situation, ravine. But the ravine probably need proper concrete at the bottom and on the base, so that stuff can sail out of there if they wash it out. Because by now I'm sure all that stuff is cracked and probably got serious crevices in there that the mess is hung up in. So that thing need to be really drained properly.
So them need one of those plant, one of those treatment plant. Them need a treatment plant. Them need a treatment plant. Yes, Jeffrey.
If I may,
Yes,
Sir,
yes.
your mic is
Right,
muted.
right,
Get your mic.
Okay, sorry about that. Sorry. We need to invite the young Samuda, the one who's in charge of environmental affairs. We need to invite him on.
Matthew Samuda.
Eh?
Matthew Samuda.
Yeah, we need to invite him. I'm gonna try and see if we can bring him on next week and make him explain this and other environmental issues to the Jamaican public. Because this is deplorable.
That's a disaster, you know.
Yes,
Yeah.
Because you catch a fish and okay, when you catch a fish in the harbor, it could have wrote this or this, so them are feed from that and you are catching. Come on now.
But if
Come on
I
now.
may say this, you know, if you go down to Coronation Market, you know, it has been the sewage has been leaking up in Coronation Market for years, and nobody do nothing about it. When Desmond Mackenzie was mayor, he just chat and a banger and nothing been done. When Angela Brown Burke was mayor, it's the same thing. And they charge the people this absurd amount of money to be inside the market, and it's just sewage water coming up and coming all over the place. In 21st century Jamaica, this shouldn't be going on. They
No, it's
need a
2023 now.
for downtown Kingston.
Yes, no, it's 2023. 2023.
Yes.
What I'm going to do something for them. I'm going to map Jamaica for them. Because, you know, when a minister come by us and no one, can't remember, you know, if Jeffrey, if you do some work and me say, me a rat today and we are say, we can do better, you know, what have you, and then you give me the work, I'm going to tell you the first 100 days. What me I going to do? I'm going to look at turn 7 years. And you tell me what you do, but when I see more destruction and more things. And you want to force me to say, yes, you do good. Me no yes man down there, you know. Me are wholly accountable. Me not deal with that, you know. These are the wrong man. The officer. These are the man that the wilderness. These are the renegade when afraid. Don't bring that to me around here. I have to go upon it around here because no way. We not back off upon that. Herb.
Yeah.
Me see them try to pick fire yesterday, but it couldn't work yesterday.
No. It was shameful. You know? and then he had to run afterwards.
Of course.
But yeah, the bottom line is we are looking out for the people, the citizens of Jamaica. And that includes police officers who are underpaid and the soldiers who are being overcharged and being hung out to dry by the superiors. Right? You can't separate any of this stuff because it's always a small man pay a price and the big man. No, I've been waiting for a long time to hear the prosecution and the woman who lost her baby claimed that her truck opened on its own and people snatched the baby out of there. I believe it was the Issa family.
Yes.
There's so many other cases concerning these uptown people that you don't hear anything about. And it's and for me to say something good as a crime and security person, it's very difficult when I'm following this stuff and it just disappears into the ether.
You know what I'm saying about that though? Vernon Ellis, because him had the soup down that side there. Vernon. Sometimes I wild up in a Vernon, but you know, say, when you have a time, I not wild up. In a Vernon Ellis, big up yourself. You have a time, we just burn out Vernon Ellis. Because anything may be about them, no, make a bun them. So, Vernon Ellis, big up yourself. You know, we burn all the while, but I said, go. And man, in the wheel of this system, no all about nothing. Right? Vernon Ellis come out and he talk to the Jamaican public. And I said, the woman, no. She defy court orders, on top of court orders. She tell lie. We know it's a lie, she tell. But married to some S or something. So them too big, you know, for answer to certain things. You know? A little boy, can you imagine you drive a car? And them carry nowadays, can carry a drive, but you drive off, it lock your door, lock automatic.
Yep.
It close. And she drive and she slow down and a man just backs her and then take her out her car and then go in her car. And then she call her husband and call who, and that's 5 minutes up the road, them find the car, a person there, not all a move, but the little boy throat cut. That alone now, if I'm a police, I'm going to not come out of that. You understand? And I know the phone lock because she have an iPhone 13, right? So, you know, if she from it lock with code, you know, I'm just open it like that. And the court tell her to open it. She not open it. And this is 1 year and 1 month now. Eh?
So in other
You
words,
think about your child 1 year and 1 month. She not open it. But she not nothing. But tell me one now. When you hear about a ghetto youth, you not catch him and do not, but you put him on a wanted list. Wanted come in because you wanted for this murder. Let me tell you this. If the police is dead there and witness the murder, or a witness say them do something, the police either shot them, injure them, or do something and hold them. That means the police never depend on scene. Or you just push out people name and say them wanted, but you know push out politician name and the big boys them name. Me no know that. You can't have two Jamaica boy. What you talk about, man? Me said she did 5 court orders. If you look it up now and write up, it's so much time. Court order, let's come out with that.
hold on here. So, Mr. Lonesome, Mr. Rattigan, and Sir Herb Nelson, you're telling me that because she has the name of the Vum Vavon, the Vum Vavin, the court in Jamaica, the laws in Jamaica, she can't be held anything because it's the name of the Vum Vavon. But the people live below Crossroad. The dirty foot throws his boy with Mutty Perkins. When I say the dirty tear up, catches boys them from down at Tivale. You can lock up them. But when they come on to the people who rub shoulders with the Prime Minister and the Minister of National what I call it, insecurity, and Twiddly Dum Dum, the Commissioner of Police, nobody can get them. What is going on in this country?
That's a problem. Where you say, Ratty, and this case? You ever hear anything like this?
No.
1 year and a month now.
No, this case screams for justice more than anything else, because like you said, you just related the facts. And so it's beyond me and beyond any normal thinking person as to why she has not been arrested. And by the way, the police, I don't know what's taking them so long, because they could easily go to through the American embassy. They could even go ask for assistance and get Apple to open the phone. Them can't do that. Them do that constantly. Especially in a case like
I just did it in a popular case here, and I'm sure they have repeated times.
Right.
So it really and truly wanted justice for this.
And if them don't want to open it, Herb, you remember that there was a case where Apple was served with a subpoena, and they didn't know, and then they went to the Israelis. They went to the Israelis.
That's when the guy killed the people them and his phone. Yeah, that's when the guy shoot up some people, shoot up a mass.
Yeah, it was in California.
California.
Right.
And the FBI went to go. Yes.
Let them go Israel, so that you can open the phone. So then again, it's part of that $1.4 billion that the Minister of National Security or the Minister of National Security announced that he has to fight crime. He should have used some of that money and pay either the Israelis or pay Apple and open the phone and make us see what's inside there.
But the Israelis are in Jamaica, Mr. Rattigan. The Israelis are out by Upper Camp.
Oh,
so the Israelis can open it.
Me never know them there.
Of course they're there.
Yeah, they've been there for some time.
20 hide.
General Lampire claims I'm an Israeli man. General Lampire claims I'm an Israeli, you know. Yeah, man. The general there? Yeah? No, but it's really bad though. If you have a case like that, remember, you know much youth in a prison already. Some of them youth, you just want to call them name and police reach on them. You understand? It's bad. And then she know because the name and she'll say, I'm a private thing, this and that. Let me tell you something. Look, Pangil, you could have a son and you claim, say, people just take you out, no do you nothing, them never have your purse, them never have nothing at all. Remember, you know, we do deep investigation and then you fit for open your phone. After you make this Dr. C, the abbreviation thing, you know, Dr. C, run out Dr. Crab, run out and start to boop back because they want to use the Zozo and the state of emergency. It's a dark day in Jamaica, wickedness and boom, bam, bam. Just you know, say, the mother for the child and the stepfather now cooperate. None at all. And you can't do them nothing. One liar, me lock up the liar, me lock up, let me tell you this, me lock up the liar, me lock up him, me lock up she, and if strike 5 chat, me lock up she too. And I joke me a make. Hey, me a serious man, you know that thing. Me no business. You understand?
Let me tell you a case of me
man.
Let me tell you a case of me know the lock up people. Let me tell you a case of me know. Me know even if you ask me know the lock up people. There's a case where they found a dead man in the house of a prominent attorney.
Yes. Speak up, Ratty. Call him name too.
But I can't get the whole thing about that because this now. The dead man now. Come talk to remember, I talk to the dead man people them, you know. I'm talk to him, friend them now, you know. Sound like boom bam. My phone, it coming like the White House phone. So make them still can't go on me. See? So yeah, what them do now? The first thing them do, them put out a dead man in your house, you're a liar about it. And when you look, the first thing you put out say, are you gardener? You're gardener, you know. So me I say no, and you have no breaking in. No breaking. And when you look, is a one of them commissioner of police won't go up there and call.
Was this man that come down to Jamaica?
Yes.
And his father passed away. And I was overseeing the state.
No.
And
So not follow that black.
Huh?
So let me give them not follow the black. So let me get the thing. The man, something did happen and him use a man of him liar. The man go hustler make him money. The man have money. Okay? He's a hustler, make him money. Right? Him come down, but this man that liar biting see him. So, you know, according to him friend and close associate, family member, close associate. So him have some land in St. Mary to him. Most 100 acre. That man sell house for the man. Hold on pan the money. The man want the money. The man did the same one that house away him. Him have some little children and go up there to him too. Sometime up at the house there. The man always a cuss about wagwan and boom bam bam. So me can't tell you because the man is in there. The man asleep there so him do the there so. Because we can't get a picture of everything. See? Him they tell the man so he might give him some money, but wait when the election done. So the election run, so you see.
Which election are you talking about now?
Yeah?
Which election?
That's the one from 2016. Remember
The Labour Party election?
Same that way till the election they run. Same I get some money and they might pay back the man. Some money and what have you. The man up there. The man want to put him out there because the man say, no, you spend too much of my money. Yeah? According to Book Papa. So when do him stay up there? And when you look now, E.T. zoom down in the man place. Can't remember there is no breaking. That is professional killing because police behind it, by the way. Big police too. Tell me, I tell you. Big police with big stripe, them do that murder. Yeah? Yeah? And then they want to put it on an umbrella thing over Portmore. Remember, you know, the breaking, you know. Or umbrella that get film key. A film house. I hope they all say it don't make no sense. You understand? So this is what them do. And I know the DPP in the charge. You know the man come out and say, remember broad, like sharp shutter. Remember broad. First thing you come and say you're sick. Let me tell you this. If I get up and somebody dead in your yard gate, police will take you up. If man dead in your yard, you're gone. If them find gunshot in your yard, them take every man out of that and go lock them up and charge you. Carry for the court. Allow me to tell. This is the first time in a history of Jamaica a man dead in a Andrew Onis liar house. And him not gonna away. So what am I play? Untouchable.
And he's on bed rest because he bust up somewhere.
Him on bed rest. A matter of fact, him see the man before him go in bed, before 1 o'clock. And then wake up to 4. Remember, you see it? You know, wake up 7 o'clock and you wake up to 4. Remember, if you wake up that means you wake up before that. And you know, your gunshot, them can't go Google that. That is 150 a decibel. very loud. And then in a set echo more. So that's the more that wake you up. You get a shot, you get 22 stab. You know, see no blood print or not at all because it's professional kill them. You understand? Them share up the things. Them share it up. See? Now you want to see him now. Come here, him here, so him down shop, down there the other day, down a certain tree. I've never drive him up and show him. Him favor rock dog. Yeah, but that's a piece of cake now. Yeah. Remember me have candid camera, you know. Me showing him everything. Me have to go drive him up and show him. Can't remember my eye, me there everywhere now. Me remember me is there everywhere. You don't know something I'm playing now. So I have him here. Come here, me I look at him. Remember, me's like the sun, you know. Me's the breeze, I'm here the sun too. So you can't get the fucking.
Where's it? Where's it?
So that same attorney is no longer attorney. He's been disbarred, right?
Because remember, so some them him a criminal because them disbar him because him hold up on some other things. You know, hold up on things, you know, all criminal. You understand? All criminal. So if him a rag dog, but him a just like rag dog, so you ignore him.
What am I?
Yeah, man. Jeffrey,
It reminds me
we can't like with you, Jeffrey. You know my thing still.
It reminds me of a couple nights ago when Mr. Rattigan and myself was in a program and we could hear signal they playing because signal.
Yeah, man. So you saw all them say them share up the man about kind of little things. I told me now I want to hear some vice, you know, me now I put some vice, I hear some fire. Because I carry one of the man good friend, you know. Promise show me the carry it. Now one of them I just rebroadcast it. Talk to him and say, what a wicked man them man. Me tell the man say, yeah, when I'm friend, I say, me tell the man say, where are you in the house? You know where in the house, you know, I say, why? I want to get rid of them, you know. Him and them. Well, they understand me by them. Them me answer. Him and them. You understand? Yes. You understand? Can I remember them a VW and them thing there, you know? Some, you know, mufflers and all kind of things, you know? Remember I'm talking a metaphor, sir. Yes, see what I say?
Well, let me throw something on kind of, because we are free flow here, so we could just free flow. Let me ask, throw something to the panel. One thing about, as a recap, one thing about the Minister of Finance's appearance last week. Last week, what was that? And we know some program. But one thing about him appearance, the things in where him say.
I think, you know what? Let the senior person go first. So Herb?
Well, I mean, I wasn't on the program. I just reviewed the video. And he seemed pretty affable. I mean, he seems like he was answering questions, and he didn't dodge anything. And Will did call him out a couple of times, and he came up with answers, right? The problem when we have these guys on the show is we have to say the things that is troubling the nation and troubling the diaspora, because we represent the diaspora.
Right.
And you know, the little bit that I saw, he seemed like I think he spent an extra 10 minutes or 15 minutes on the show to say, well, at least he came on the show, he survived, and he put his mark out there to the diaspora. So, you know, pretty much, you know, I can't say a whole lot, because I wasn't on the show and I wasn't following things from the start. Only saw a little bit of pieces of it. So I turn it back over to you, Jeff.
Rocky, you want to say something?
Yeah, Lonesome, why do me a favor? Please, me I beg you. If you can find the algorithm or the logarithm piece there, just a little, just please, me I beg you. If you can play just a little piece side for me, if you can find. If you can't find it, yeah?
All right.
Because all he said was the algorithm, the fundamental rhythm of the algorithm of the rhythm.
Yeah.
And he was like this.
I want to think him also tropical rhythm.
I did get that's where I came in, like him as a traffic cop. I think
I think it was logarithm and tropical rhythm.
Do you want the algorithm? Let me see if I am this. Let me see this.
But seriously, for a minister when he came on, I think he he came on because maybe he's afraid of certain things. Why he came on and he came on and he chat utter nonsense.
Is an arithmetic necessity, so that when the pay slip is received, the amount of the statutory reflect the actual amount of statutory that need to be paid in the context of the new compensation system. The instructions that would have gone out were algorithmic instructions about how to construct a payment. And I do understand that algorithm, complex structural problems, and through application of analysis. Now, just to get a little more granular, and I hope I can retain your attention even at a level of additional granularity. The algorithm that went out would have specified, add this, add that, add this, and then minus this, minus this, minus this. And again, in an algorithmic way for a computer to understand, or for somebody computing to understand. So that algorithm, which is an algorithm that we use on a monthly basis, would contain add this, and then would have minus this.
But this is a garbage. This is just a like 50 rubbish, 100 rubbish truck of garbage. Because this algorithm I like where YouTube use and them things. So when you watch this kind of program, it introduce other program like this. Wilfred Rattigan and Jeffery Tavares, it introduce other program. Like if you watch sports, it introduce other sports. You listen to music, it introduce other things. So when you come with this algorithm and then the algorithm are minus and other things, no accountants for these things. Remember, you must go work for the whole week. You work for the month and you can't stick it on the day. So the algorithm are minus and do this where you have to punch in and people, you have supervisor, you have to know if you work and things. It's garbage. Straight up garbage. You know me, brother.
But Mr. Lonesome.
Yeah, behave myself, But they are telling me in the night.
How many Jamaicans understand what the minister says about the algorithm and your plus and minus and
it's garbage.
How many normal Jamaicans understand what the damn man was saying?
Look, let me say this, right? It's without question, he's a bright fellow. He's a bright fellow. I mean, we'll give him that. I think he's also a Rhodes Scholar. So the man is no dummy. But what you need in a minister, apart, the leadership qualities, you need the ability to communicate to your constituency so that people can understand. Now, to set this up, or as I said, to contextualize this happened just before Christmas when people were supposed to get paid and couldn't get paid, and he's explaining why they didn't get paid, right? Or why they weren't going to pay, why they weren't paid up to that point. And people, I'll be frank, and this is no disrespect to the minister, but I'm not quite sure, looking at that explanation, that he himself understood what he was saying. It sounded to me like he was just saying stuff, gobbledygook. No, the reason why I asked you to play that, my brother, is because it is my impression that when he came on your show last week, Tuesday, he gave us some examples of this. And if you remember, at one point I said to him, Mr. I asked him a question and he responded in a similar fashion. And I said to him, that's a beautiful speech. But the people from this place behind me, they don't understand that. They don't understand nothing what you just done said. And the idea of having a minister on a program like this is so that you can explain to people in language that they can understand. No, we're not going to fault him for being bright, but we're going to fault him for our failure to communicate to the ordinary man, right? And that's what
So Ratty, you default him for talking dumb language. Dummy language.
No, you're drawing me out.
We not go on this stuff. So we now put nobody on a pedestal. We just tell them straight. When you talk to us, we are talk to like we are talk to a brethren side away and them thing. They talk to we like we talk to Jamaican people. You can't talk to him. So talk to we, make the people them can understand the one them down this and them thing. They don't go around it. Because them thing when they play them thing, it don't make no sense.
The other thing, one second, Jeff. The other thing that I found kind of interesting about this whole thing with him and the SSL scandal was that he was the one who came out and made the announcement that that yes, the FBI is coming, right? And he said later on that he was informed of this by the Financial Investigative Division and the Fraud Unit, and so he made the announcement. But then he came back and he said, yes, the FBI is here and they're intensified their investigation and they're doing this and they're doing that. Only to find out later on that the person who's in charge, one of the people in charge of the investigation, right, Mr. McLaughlin from CETA, said the FBI is not here. Essentially, he said it's a local investigation, and when we find tentacles, going overseas, then at that point, and only at that point, will we invite the FBI. So how do you mesh? He gave an answer, but he didn't. He said, "Oh no, this had to do with the local investigation." I would say, yeah, but that's what the man said. The man said that them in charge of the local investigation, and when them find international tentacles, they'll bring the FBI in. So you can't square those two. When weeks before him said, "Oh, they're here," and I mean, if I have time, I'll go back and look in my notes what he said, because when them people talk, me write it down, And
yeah, take notes.
Yeah, and it said that. So the question is, how come weeks ago the FBI was here intensifying the investigation, doing this, doing that, and in fact he said that the investigation was further along than he originally thought. Weeks before, weeks later, you have a man who said, no, they're not here, and they only come when we invite them. So I find that and that's a tough position for him to be in, and he couldn't explain. And how did he explain it? He explained it by saying, "Oh, there was a joint, there's a joint statement put out by the JCF and FID," right? And then he went into some that is just similar to this logarithm, tropical rhythm, algorithm.
Tropical rhythm.
Yes, he went into some of that explanation, and people who listen to it say, "Oh wow, this guy explained it." And I said, "No, you cut through the BS. Just cut through the BS, and you'll see that he's not answering the question."
Let me say something before come in. I think that. Let me tell you something about what we do. All right, remember that's one the minister there. All right. You have a time we can't cover dissect things. But what we want to do, you see, same like how Anjo come and incriminate himself, like him say, I live in a one room, and you know, I'm live in a two room with his mother and father. First, him live in great grandmother, and then him mother and father and everything. That was lie. And then him come back and him promise something and promise. But like these things from video, that's where we are play it, we can play it back. But like evidence. So you see when you see ministers come in at this place here, nobody feels that we can't do a book and punch, but if you punch too hard, them are gonna splurt. Make them lay it down where we lay it and then we dissect it. That I want them do. So all them need to do is come straight, because when them lay it down, come here, have nothing for dissect through the whole thing, So me now if you come down and say, heavy no, I'm not gonna do that. Unless them are move, go back. Come on, them lay down everything where them are put on there. You understand? Make we have it with them take on video, and then we can dissect it. And we ask them, because we can look through the whole garbage through we are talking. Remember we this, we do it, so we can't turn them back, but we not do that. Make them put on what them are put on, then we dissect it.
All right.
Yes.
Before her coming, I have it right here. He said that they were solidified in the investigation. The FBI solidified in the investigation, and they were intense involvement beyond what he originally thought. Now, here's the thing I expect from a minister. I expect honesty. And so if you made a mistake, you should just come out and say, listen, folks, you know what? I was briefed and the information was incorrect. I take full responsibility. I'll try to do a better job when I come before the press and when I come before my people. Once him said that, then you can't fault him. The conversation over. Once him said that, the conversation over. If the man offer an apology, you have to accept it. The conversation over. But when you have this nonsense, flowery language like a string of pearls, and them do this, and people who can't cut through it, them hear a response and them say, oh, the man respond, and you have good response, and then it's okay. When say, tell me now, when really say no. Him said the FBI is here. This guy come and said the FBI is not here. So tell me now how we explain this guy over here, sir. And I said, oh, this guy is talking local investigation. And the man already said, look, it's a local investigation and the FBI is not. So,
Evening.
Yes, I'd like to participate in the program.
Yes. Go ahead.
Just want to say hi to all your guests there. And Mr. Rattigan was talking about the Minister of Finance. I watched the better part of that program. And to me, I think the minister at certain point got flustered, to be honest with you. Mr. Rattigan was asking him some question that he made a statement and the public was anxious to hear the involvement of the FBI. So every time Mr. Rattigan introduced that issue, is as if him divert the question and tell Mr. Rattigan something else unrelated. So I have a suggestion, Mr. Chairman, Mr. Lonesome, is that when these ministers come, and I'm happy that they are coming, when they come, and even if they can't answer the question, they should allow the panel to ask the question fully. Because I was there scratching, tearing out my ear, Mr. Rattigan wanting to ask a question because I personally wanted to know the involvement of the forensic auditor from the FBI, the one who is going to delve into whatever it is. That was a forthcoming. I'm almost sure Mr. Rattigan was alluding to that question and that we, the public here, is interested to hear. And we never did hear an answer. And the sad thing about it, Mr. Rattigan couldn't even get to ask the question. I'd much prefer if he asked the question and the minister said, okay, I'll get back to you. So if it is not him who will answer it, then obviously one of his ministers, the one who is competent, would answer it. But to prevent Mr. Rattigan from asking him the question, it is kind of disconcerting to the viewers like myself, because that was one of the main things. And the question was just never asked. Mr. Rattigan couldn't ask it. And so I'm just asking the panel, when another minister comes, even if it's not their domain, there's nothing wrong for that minister to report the question to the relevant minister. Is wrong. There's two more points. You have the Ian Fleming Coke investigation. About 4 weeks ago, I heard the police say that the case is well underway and some person will be arrested in short order and the name will be known. Up to this day, I have not heard anything about that either. And I am, very disappointed with all of these unanswered questions by the government. And the last thing, I know that you have a lot of people waiting, Mr. Lonesome. So the last thing I would ask, if when these ministers come on, if it would be unethical for you ask them to watch the clip of their leader and what he's saying. Not necessarily to answer, but to be there with you, witnessing what he's saying. And those are the things which it doesn't match up. What he does and what he says doesn't match up. So, it would be, for me as a viewer, I wouldn't mind if you say, okay, you're here and you're part of the government, listen to what your leader says. You don't have to answer it, but just listen. And you run it by them, they don't have to answer, but they'll see it. And if they want to respond, well, fine. But I'm sure they won't.
Make a respond to something there. Make a respond to something there. So, let me tell you something. All of the clip them where I run, them watch us. Them see it, and them see where I run it. And them see, come let me tell you this. Andrew himself tell us him read every post, him read them have them arm everywhere do all of these things. You understand? So them see it. But here where them underestimate a man like man in the wilderness. Because first time you could attack a man that dig up some things from where you say and all kind of things. So I dig it and put it together. And that's what we love doing. We love the investigation skill. So we love do these things. So we now let them go. So when I frighten them now, them don't know what to do, You understand? Them don't know what to do because we use them and hold them by them words. And we show the people how they lie and evil.
The last thing now, Mr. Lonesome,
yes,
is the Prime Minister, the certification of his assets. That seems as though it is now dying a natural death.
It can't die, brother. We out
here, man. The country's waiting and we're still not hearing anything.
Remember, we know that. All right. I remember next caller coming right now, because some caller coming. But now I have to listen back. I'm going to make the panel But let me tell you this not that not die. So we don't let them go on here, you know. We don't let them nothing about that. If you notice the woman down the country, here that we up back and here we are talking about 1 year and 1 month now. So we always look on these things. Let me take a next call here.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much for listening.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
All right, cool. Yes, Carla. Yes, Carla.
Chief, good evening.
Yeah, man, evening.
All right. No, I don't live in Jamaica.
Can't hear him, Wayne. You can hear that.
Based on my observation, listening to the Minister of Agriculture, Colonel Charles, he mentioned in September, St. Thomas will be getting a backhoe tractor. Well, we know in February finish in a few days. And up to today, which is the 26th of February, when I make inquiry, that tractor is not in service, it don't license, it don't insure, no farmer won't be able to get access to that tractor. So FM Jones, who is a nearby farmer, not really alive, but the company is still going. That's where them direct me. They don't live in Jamaica, you know. They just have visited Jamaica for about a month now. And if the minister come out and say, farmers in St. Thomas will have the access from September to the tractor, why is it them come out and tell the people in Jamaica that we have the access to this? But technically, I fool the people them. You understand me, sir? Because rather in St. Thomas do not have access to none of the two tractors them with them claims them get. And them issue them photo like crazy or St. Thomas to get two tractors.
So tell me, you didn't want the tractor for use on your land?
Yes, we have 50 acres. I mean, I asked permission based upon what Colonel Charles said June in September. Farmers would get to clear 1 acre land at no charge. But it don't work like what them tell the Jamaican people them like when they come out of them mouth. It don't work that way. Them tell them. You understand me? So why is it them a fool the people in Jamaica?
Well,
maybe because they think the people. Maybe because the people think say yes.
So them are listening this right now. I remember them man, them program. So them are listening to this. I feel like a fire. I make a panel. And you hear what I'm saying? So you live in the state, right? Where you in Jamaica now?
Right.
Okay.
You know me? I'm a 50 acre. I'm a try.
The 50 acre is then Eastern St. Thomas, eh?
Eastern St. Thomas. In a Colonel Charles, that's a year.
50 acre you have, you know, because you have some patata on there, you know. You understand, sir?
No. No, me have 50 acre because Colonel Charles, let me tell you something what Colonel Charles to me some years ago. Me about 30 cow. Listen what me I say to you now. Colonel Charles, man, them found my cow. Man, me living in Miami, Florida, you know. Colonel Charles, man, them found my cow, 30 cow. Right? When them found the cow, me in Miami, my brother got sick. Him could not send to the operation at that time. Because during the time when Zeke did that jail, them have a demonstration in front of Central Police Station. My brother come in with some coconut to go Coronation Market, including with banana. Well, them stab him up. He had to drive to University Hospital because I'm really critical. Well, him collapsed right there, so. Now, the 30 cow them, threw me down Miami. My brother now could not attend to the cow. Cow them get out of the pen. Got so-called Colonel Charles property where him claim him own. Me know the Colonel Charles don't own them the land. Now, Colonel Charles, come on the cow them, carry them down one place in a Portland named Darlingston. Now, everybody get a little money and get back them cow. So it's my 30 cow now then gone with a Darlingston. Now, it can't go court, tell you the truth. Me never did all really stand up to the bill
when the judge really have to level the sign for me. So, them. So, now you listen to me. I said, can't say in the phone my go. Me have a chuck when me could have go, to the darling stand. It's not a problem because two tip me did have. So carrying the truck, them weighing up the call, them weighing up Portland wasn't an issue for me if you go for them. You understand? But me I go check up my plane fare, I go check up my hotel fee, I go check up everything. Wait to cost me to come to Jamaica and go. And them all level of fine for me to over $3 million in a them time there. They said no. One of the call them no value them time there. So me just let it loose. So them try to fool the people in Jamaica at all times. The road from Kingston all the way to Lethal. It's a very deplorable condition. Sometimes you wonder how the people them really in Jamaica and them sit down and them not saying anything. Let me ask you, it is no road to drive from Kingston to St. Thomas. Why is it the government doing this to the people of Jamaica and nobody is crying? We in the diaspora need to highlight these stuff. Why is it them can't fix all them road there? You understand? And no, water is the next thing. Them claims say we don't have no water in Jamaica. So me they down here. We can't sit to that St. Andrew, half of St. Andrew, them a complain say them give have a lack of water. Which part in America here water lack of? You understand? You understand me I say to you? And then the people them not say nothing. Those are some of the things. Now me I go Clarendon last week Thursday. A policeman make a right turn to go up a road. Make a right turn someplace in the city of Old Harbour. Right? Now, he in a straight line, him the side of me, But then at the same time, him want to cut in. If me never break up, he don't lick him in his side. So me blow my hand. One man I say, sister police, I say, listen me, him bad drive me. Him know him want to go straight. But him come in a right turn lane. No, them figures say because them have the vehicle as a police. Them can't do what them want to do with the Jamaican people. Them.
So
just like how you say.
Underdrive you and come
and drive me.
And underdrive you, undertake. On the left hand side. Like over, like him turn right. Go over.
Him out turn right, him come in front of me. You understand?
That's not right. The police are supposed to do that. Unless I'm
that's what I said to you. Him not gonna win. Him not have no emergency light.
Him forget charge. All them things that them stop it. But I mean,
so these are some of the things.
You have too much problem. Don't get sent by your case and leave from out the center. I'm friend in charge of the 30 cow. Can you imagine how juicy leave? Get all them cow for buy man. 30 cow for a man who's 30 and cow better. If you didn't know better, you just get the cow. And not even Finland.
And not even Finland. So me I tell you what happened to me and me live and me work in Miami. Now, you listen to the next thing when me I say to you now. Me in Jamaica for more than a month. And only one time I see the garbage truck come here in more than 1 month.
You hear this?
I mean I ask them, me not live here But yes. Me come to Jamaica because me come from Jamaica. But me American. You understand? Because me change over my status. But some of the time you see a man just like how you that talk like me. The man don't know which family live. The man don't know by my accent. You see what I say? So me can't hear if I can't talk and say yo. No matter with that, yes, sir. But me live America. He's American. You see what I say? My kids them and grandkids them super dad like you, grandfather.
Super granddad. Super granddad.
Yeah. Them born America, but they don't forget them roots.
Yeah.
You understand me? I say? But the condition with the Jamaican people them is bearing. Food is so expensive. 1 goat $1,700 plate. How can Jamaican survive? Me buy it because I want it. But me just assure you, now the cheapest fried chicken, rice and peas, or curry chicken. If you don't have $900 to one little something like where you put a dog in, then I might give you a napkin.
Right.
You understand what I mean? So you program just a napkin where you wrap up the little plastic fork.
Yeah, man.
So you look on that now. How the average Jamaican survive with not getting no money? That is my point. Without Jamaica.
Thank God, you know, even more you have to do for me now, fam. Me need the one of them who the video now, where and the one of them place. And come, I do something. I show the government for the place here. Now I'm up the place, show the government. Now talk to everybody now. I'm saying everything. No, send it to you. Yeah.
Me I go back St. Thomas Thursday coming.
Everything.
And me I go try
video.
Me I go try say me can video it and show you how deplorable that road condition. You just kill you from Kingston, Harborview, all the way right back to Lethal.
Video there.
Anybody know St. Thomas can program and say, yes, this man is attack. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man.
So anyway, me give next man a chance here.
All right, so respect. Cool. When I hear this, American say me Jamaican, but American him go down there and him have him 50 acre. And you said them dead board him 30 cow, him gone and then gone. Maybe a good thing him never done the good because maybe him all be next but him come go buy a party and bite it and him cut by him. No, them dangerous down there, you know. The big boys them, you know. Eh?
But you know something, Mr. You know something, Mr. Lonesome?
Eh?
You know something?
Yes.
The former Speaker of the House of Representatives, Colonel Charles Sr., his name has been called in too often when it comes down to lands in St. Thomas. And as you talk about lands, the National Land Agency in this country need to answer some questions for the people of this country, because they're signing away poor people land to these criminals. There's a woman that I know who have lands in Trelawney. Her fatherland. Her daughter lives on the property with the house. And somebody from RADA come to her that she has to sign a leasing agreement for $600,000 a year. And they're paying taxes for the land. Now the mother have not got to some mediation put to the land that she owns. All because the National Land Agency is giving away poor people land to the Vumbaba and the Vumbavine. How long must this continue in this country?
It's bad. Ratty.
Well, yeah, I follow the discussion, but there's something here that I really want. I try to find the exact location and ask if I play it. And this is when the Prime Minister at the JLP conference said that he had received complaints about the Ministry of Health and that the complaints were justified. Now, when we raised that issue with the minister on Friday, he seemed surprised, even though he was on the stage. And I just found it that thanks to Jeffrey's channel carried the 79th annual conference live. So I'm actually going through it now. And as soon as I find the exact location, I'm going to send it to you and then just ask you just to play that in case the minister is listening so he can understand that his prime minister actually criticized him while he was sitting on it. And him say, if you go back and play the interview on Friday, you see him look bewildered, like I said, I don't know.
I have to touch piece of that before we leave. I was so glad I come in.
Yeah, me the man that talk about the go ahead.
And also, Mr. Lonesome, some people are asking you to play the Prime Minister 100 days.
Oh, play it again.
100 days. All right.
Yeah, that's a good one.
He refused to call local government election in this country, and it's constitutionally due.
So we're going to play it back again. Because we play it, we have to play it every night. Come like we have to play it every night. Let me answer this earlier come in, but let me just answer this, Carla, because so much Carla come in. Yes, Carla.
listen what me have to say to you now.
Yes.
In a bath, well, Golden Grove Police Station, tonight me I talk to you right now.
Volume.
Yeah, man, good.
Golden Grove Police Station.
Say they near the land where Colonel Charles take away. You're not too far. Talk to me.
Right. Now, listen what me I say to you.
Yes.
Now, Golden Grove Police Station, tonight me I talk to you at this moment, do not have a service vehicle. They must borrow a vehicle from Bath.
You hear this?
Sad.
Tonight, let me see what time it is here now. Tell me what time it is.
9:02. 9:02.
9:02 tonight, February the 26th, Golden Grove Police Station in St. Thomas do not service police vehicle.
You hear this? Hey, una watch this, you know. Una hear this? This yes, you say, so tell me now.
Hold on.
This mash up made, you know, because they run out and say them spend $176 billion. And you gotta tell me, say no, you know, finish talk to me. Yes.
Right now you call and make a report for Golden Grove in a St. Thomas. Them don't have a vehicle to send but dispatch. Them have to call back to borrow the vehicle we bought have.
How much district Golden Grove
Golden Grove after service 22 district into that era. Golden Grove do not have a 22 district and do not have a service police vehicle. Tonight me talking to you. If there's an emergency, they must tell the caller we don't have a service vehicle. Them have to call Bath and ask Bath to send a vehicle from Bath, St. Thomas, to assist Golden Grove with a vehicle. Golden Grove now have none.
No man, this bad man. No man, that's it. No,
you call Golden Grove. Me can't give the number for call Golden Grove. They don't have none.
Yes, man. Yes, man.
Them supposed to have men that work at Golden Grove. Sometimes only one person at station yard and 2 people at patrol. How can you have 2 people patrol 22 district?
Impossible. You hear this? When you hear this?
So
we talked about this before, where Mr. Rattigan spoke about.
Yes.
Try to make a better Jamaica for the Jamaican them that not talking.
Yes.
You understand what I say to you?
Yes,
so
man.
how can you have 22 districts with no police vehicle? And you spend $1 billion on police vehicle. Where Golden Grove one day?
176
How much money the national
hang up and come have some more caller come in here. All right. Yes, got you, Earth.
Yeah. We talk about the monies that the National Security Ministry has failed to spend. How much was it will return that they did not spend?
That was 4 months before the end of the fiscal year. Senator Dan Webby.
It was
92 billion.
And 17% alone them use. But what them doing now?
And they were supposed to get another 9 billion.
Them get a 9 billion. So if you take out the 17% out of that, and then you add on back a 9 billion, right? Enough money that them have 70 and 80 billion, but them not spend. Hey, them are criminal. Hey, them
wait on Mr. Rattigan and Sir Herb. We need to call out the 2 members of parliament.
Yes.
Michelle Charles and James Robertson.
Yes.
They're the members of parliament for those areas. How is it that the people who vote for you, James Robertson, and Michelle Charles?
Charles up that side, yes.
How is it Michelle Charles, the daughter of the former speaker, Colonel Charles Sr., Michelle Charles, how is it that St. Thomas don't have a police vehicle in that area?
You see it bad.
Utter disgrace in this country, man. The people that vote for you. And the Minister of National Security, you don't need to send a vehicle go up there because you drive in a Range Rover and Prada's me one give me away.
Can you imagine, man?
It's a disgrace in this country, man.
Give a better joke. The Prime Minister have around $200 million worth of vehicle and everything around him. Different this, that, and that, and everything. Around 30 security deep. When him just change. That mean the 22 district is more important than the 22 district. And he's a public servant. You're the chief servant of Jamaica.
You know.
Yeah? And you put yourself there. This is more than disgrace, brother. is a third world country. Something with them do, it must not happen. Not even the amount of security around him and the amount of vehicle, not even where the president name for US, not even him have it. Biden. The amount where you compare it to a third world country. Biden. It's so bad. Where you compare it to a third world country. To the population size.
But not Mr. Lonesome.
It's bad, man.
But not Mr. Lonesome. Why is it? The Prime Minister come out bold enough and say he's gonna get electric car in his fleet. The Governor General, all him go, the Governor General, all him just go out and Nyam has a brand new Mercedes Benz and a brand new BMW. My name Tavares, and who named Tavares from Vex tonight? Vex.
And him have an elevator and a new elevator in the King's house.
And a new elevator in the King's house.
So where you can't put...
And the people of Jamaica don't have a police car.
Them can't climb. Them can't climb. Gorillas can't climb in a better. Gorilla don't need elevator. Where who service at the your feet. Gorilla can't climb good. Yes, Carla.
Yo, good evening to you and Mr. Tavares and Wilfred Rattigan and the man with the eyes in the wilderness. All right, wait, hear this.
Yes.
You remember last year, I think it was the council or the MP for Mr. My managing for South Manchester. When they come out, I think that's just before election, they come out and they were going to fix the road from Warwick to Busseley to Tollgate. I send you a clip. They only fix the two entrance and in the middle of it, I send you the clip on the road. I video that road. I want to put it up on the screen with them see. I send it to you just now. It's the worst road, and that's what carried people from St. Elizabeth. That is the main thoroughfare that carried market people. You know what the market truck have to drive when they get to Warwick? They have to go up to Asia. They have to go Warwick Hill and on a branch road. They can't drive down to Busseley because that is not the road. There's a parish tank in the parish tank in the road going down from Busseley going down back to.
I know road.
You go right down.
May I take it down? Let's put it up. One time. Let's put it up. This is a road.
They have to drive the market truck have to drive a road because if they drive through the nobody will get them food in market. They truck the road in spring. This is the wickedest set I ever see, man.
Right, this is a road. May I download it right now. So it's to finish download. So I can put it up. So this is the road. This is may I tell you some more. You know more.
Police station. Glasgow police station. Now here, sir.
You there? You hear? More this from all. Me map the place. Me map the place. Me I show them all mistake. I don't understand when me tell them so raise them on the ground, you know. More every police station when I have. Listen before you move. More the police station take something in there. Show me where in there. They junk them are FCR that they are not what with them not have. I want some other road in your area. Send them those short clips here and just send all of them come. Yeah? Because I map the whole place. Alright. Do that for me. Alright. Cool fam. Yeah man. So show it. Yes, bless. Hello. Yeah, hello.
Good night, Mr. Lonesome.
Yeah man, nice.
Good night to the panel.
Yes man.
Right.
Yeah man. I have one thing to say about the vehicle that they talk about, you see. The Minister of Finance have so much vehicle by office where they seize and all of that. Why them don't utilize those vehicles for the police them and stop waste money? Have them up there running down.
Oh. Good
all them vehicles they seize and them vehicles the people say they say them are drugs dealer and they can't clear and can't pay for. They just have to get a dust. Nearly 7,000 of them.
Yes.
All over the island the Minister of Finance sees. And when they seize pretty vehicle and take them for themselves, why them not sell them on auction and make sure the police force have proper vehicle?
Yes, man. Good thing that man.
All right. I will listen back.
Give me some of the road. More all of them bad place in your place. So more some videos. More want to full me up at the video them and just name it and everything here. And the parish and everything. Come here map the place because them I say them do some work. So I show them say them not doing no work. More all of the road, them more all of the gullies, them more more on the whole area. Yeah, more on say, oh, them are step upon people life are changed now. More on say, some people part where them I eat out at you know. Yeah, man, the food where them I eat. All right, just map it up for me. May I show them how we're serious. You understand? All right. Nurse, call me back now. Phone and free up. All right. Go and listen up, yeah? All right. Take that. No one I want to take that.
So, you know, Mr. Lonesome?
Yes.
Would you believe me that a fire happened on Hagley Park Road before Christmas last year, where budget supply burned down? Would you believe me that the entire Hagley Park Road have fire hydrant, but they are figurines? There's no water in them. There's no water in them. Neither Stephen Shaw nor the National Water Commission cannot give the people of this country or the people on Hagley Park Road an answer. Why is it that the fire hydrants on Hagley Park Road don't have no water in it? You have mustard seed community. We have handicapped children. And if a fire happens, there's no fire hydrant. I spoke to the Member of Parliament, Angela Brown Burke, about it last night. But the fact of the matter is, Stephen Shaw, along with the National Water Commission, need to tell the people of this country what is going on. Why is it that the roads on Hagley Park, the fire hydrants on Hagley Park Road, has no water in them? Are they figurines?
All right. Hold on. Carla?
Yes, sir. Yeah,
yes,
man.
Got you.
Bless up yourself, big brother. Bless up.
Yes,
hello to your partner. Good evening. Good evening.
Yes, man.
Hey, you're talking about road. You don't want to see the road between Brownstone and a little community where they call Larimals. It's in the constituency of Southwestern Center. The last time I remember that road getting fixed was probably back in 2004, somewhere around here. I think it was. I think he died the other day. He was the MP at that. The last that was probably back in 2004. And I'm telling you, you don't want to see the condition of that road leading from Brownstone back to Laramie. I think the MP of that area currently at this time is Mr. Xavier Main. And if I can recall, I think his remarks was he paid for his seat. So he don't see why he should go back into that community to do anything to that community.
You know what?
I remember I was going to.
Don't make me pass that though. But you know what? Any MP can boast and say them pay for them seat. Police should start lock them up because that's supposed to be a crime. You understand? You can say pay for your seat, you know? You know, where they are, because them always tell you, if you bribe a police, don't me lock you up. And if a police force you to give him some bribe and thing, and you can't tape him and thing, you may get locked up too. So politicians get locked up for you by, you know, pay for seat and all kind of things. Must be a crime. Yes, man. Continue.
And the other thing that I see happening to the community is the water issue. They had a dam system that they had in area. I don't know if you ever heard about that place. They call it Damari, located somewhere closer to Battersea region.
Yes.
That area been condemned where no, they're not really using it, but they have diverted to another area where they have used a water supply system to supply some of the areas that is within the lower part of Cascade St. Anne. Go back again and realize none of those community between Larimer's, Bohemia, Top Cascade, Wild Cane, Mount Maria, going back down into Indian Town and Cave Valley have access to the water, but yet the water leave from that area of Fenton and end up in the parish of Manchester.
Oh. Yes.
So these people don't really care about the general population who put them in point. They only want to get there to gain for themselves. But I'm telling you, the road situation and the water situation within that area, especially within the community of Wild Cane, Mount Maria, White Sand, Cascade. You have two cascades, both upper and lower cascade. The water and the road community is a devastating condition. I went down there the other day and literally
at some point of the road, you literally have to stop in order for a vehicle to pass. How the bushes have grown is as if the both sides of the road touching together with bushes. I doubt for the past 2 years, they normally have bushing program in Christmas. I doubt for the past 2 years, any of those roads have been bushed.
All right, tell me something.
People should walk through those areas. Even in the middle day, you are afraid to walk based on the fact that the roads are so closed in with bushes. And again, there are so many potholes. Some of the parts of the road where they have land separate.
Stop this pot. Brother, me stop this pot right now. Me just call it somebody else, maybe Patrick Coles or something. But me stop the pot now, poor pot. We stop call Pat name now.
Yeah.
Patrick here, but not pay me no mind. But because some other name, Reveal or something. Tell me something. Get more. You tell me something different from the road. When you went to Jamaica the last time, you changed some money. What kind of problem you did get?
All right. Initially, I go to Jamaica. I traveled to Jamaica sometime last year. I went down with like about $10,000 because even though I had money down there, I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna trouble it. So I went down with $10,000 in my pocket at that point. I went to the Cambio. I said, you know what, I had money that I had brought up with me. So I brought it back down because I didn't know when I was going back down. So I getting to the airport, I wanted to have money to use just in case. So I just went to the Cambio. I think it was about the Friday or the Saturday. And I paid a $500 US just to move around. I went back, I think it was a Tuesday or the Wednesday. And they told me that, unfortunately, they can't change another $500 for me due to the fact that I had just cashed a $500 the weekend. They are more concerned about scamming. I'm like, these are the things that you people, the thing that you need to focus on. You people don't focus on it. But yet, I'm changing just $1,000 US within 3 days apart, and you had that issue. I went to 2 Cambio, basically, and they refused to change the money. Because I had just changed $500 like 3 days before.
And what them ask you for? What them ask?
Well, all right. They asked me for source of income, what type of work I did, and I need to get. They were telling me that I need to get a pay stub to verify that what I said was correct. Even though I basically showed them the green card because that's what I was using to change the money. I tell them exactly where I work and how long I've been working there.
And those people know you work. Just show the people something. Just tell them you work.
At that point, I'm currently working in Georgia right now. I'm working with the Piedmont Hospital network right now in Georgia.
So you're a nurse there, right?
Yes, I've been a nurse here for the past 5 years.
Okay, good. And you have your thing, I show them and them I refuse your money. And I tell you about
yes. Yes, definitely.
Yeah, that me tell you say remittance have a problem down there. Me talk about your story the other day, Me talk about
yeah, man, online when you talk, man.
Yeah, okay, good. So me talk about your story, man. Don't know I try to show them say when me talk and I like cause them know say then they get on and make up nothing, So that when you call me, you can just just ask them. You see me I say?
Even when I went to the bank, remember I was telling you I went to the bank.
Yes.
Just to literally update the account. That the ID that I had was expired, and the driver's license was expired the year before. And they were telling me that they can't do that, so I need to give them social security and blah blah blah.
You can't give them a social security number, man.
Update the information, and I need to get the tablet and whatever. Just that yes, this is where I'm working and this is my income, whatever. So it has been a basis.
You come online though, because this is what I try to show you what to say. You see, when the government have put the tape on it, no, you understand? Here, hospital have all IDs, everything with it, right? Live overseas, things at Jamaica. You go to Jamaica, what you not have to do? You not have to do it, and you carry down $10,000 with you. You have to change 5,000. Then in a 3 days, 500. In a 3 days, you have to give 5 more hundred, and them tell you can't change the 500 because scamming. You show them where you work, more say if you give me a job better where you work. Him go to the bank, so upgrade them book. Them a say this and that, they want them social security. Remember, them a scammer themselves, you know. You can't give them your social long at that, you know. Eh? You them want your social security for the what? You can't trust them. They may said it. You can't trust them at Jamaica that. They may said it. They chat straight. Them can't be trusted. No for them in a bank, no, them a bank robber. That's them work in a bank. You understand? No, me talk straight. All criminal them, man.
You know something, Wayne?
Yes.
I remember what the gentleman is saying is the fact truth, you know. Because I remember changing some money at a cambio in Kingston, in Halfway Tree.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't change enough. So I went back to an next cambio to change it. I said I can't change it. You know how I get to change it? When they start asking me where me get the money from.
Mm-hmm.
I say me go on a back road.
Oh, them
so
like,
get the money.
Yeah, they may change it.
And I go and bad the day down there, man. Oh, Mr. Tavares, forget about the Tavares name. I come here to change my money that I work hard for. Don't tell me nonsense.
Mm-hmm.
So it happens that somebody when they come here must end up knowing me or something. They say, look here, change it. What is this stupidness? You work hard.
Here's the thing though, Jeffrey. If you change it at one place and you go to the next one and they tell you can't do it, it means they must have a daily quota.
Them have a link. Them have a link. Them have a link.
They have a link, right? Your link, your track.
Name in the system. But them know say your name never come up with no scamming and thing. Why them a link every Jamaican? If it's a foreigner, you're white and you go down in a Jamaica, them not give them talk there, you're good. But if you're Jamaican by birth, but you know you have other citizenship and you're going there, them want to deal with you like you and them want eggs up with you. That's why I say we in the diaspora, if it's withdraw money and make them go spend the Jamaican money, go buy the isle around the country. And they may understand. Me tell them to move the red tape. Because that's so disrespectful. So what you have to do, you have to carry back your money?
Well, the thing is, me carry it back because I never had no option. Because at the point I never have access to what they wanted. I just bring it back with me.
So you want to leave some money with them same when I use in our bank account. And then want the US to go buy them junk and run the country otherwise, the island and everything, and then force you to carry it back.
Yeah, I have to bring back the money because I couldn't get access. Because even though at that point I tried to get the
which
drivers.
bank? Which part of the bank?
It was Bank in Christian.
Yes, Scotia Bank.
Scotia Bank.
It's bad, man.
Yes,
my brother. Oh, all right, yeah, man.
Cool.
You know, so the Chinese, them can't do anything. They pay tax. They buy drivers. Them just have drivers. I'm not that fact. Them have fraud drivers that's not driving. Them have no documents. You understand? Them have no legal. Listen, them just have a country that's want to live. And I build them city. And nobody no business with them. And you know, we live overseas, you go back there, but you have Jamaican background, you have Jamaica, then treat it like your dirt. The system. It have to change. And then the government do it.
That bring you to interesting.
Jamaica mash up, you know. They're not going to value more. Because they make a shorter money. They make a shorter the same dollar. When they want to buy the junk, where they carry it and try and get it, you watch. Yeah, man.
But here's the interesting question, Wayne. When NIDS kick in, right? What happened to those people visiting that don't have a NIDS ID? How is that going to impact the diaspora people? So, you know, you look at this thing where they're tracking people based on...
Hold on a minute. Yes.
Based on the money they change, where they change it, but they don't have a background on the person to say the person is suspected of anything. They just arbitrarily deny the person from changing any more money. Something. This is an example, Wayne, of algorithms that the minister was talking about earlier. The engineer who set up the algorithms, it is flawed.
No, but it is not
And
really
this is what
alright.
you were trying to explain the other day, and couldn't explain it properly.
No, but no, this is not alright. So what them do, this is a thing where it's set up long time before them introduce algorithm where if you go, yeah, so remember if you put in name, alright, so Western Union it connect. So when you put in your name in any Western Union, your name will come up with your address. So it's set already. And in a MoneyGram, so it's set. So it will show you where it's typing at the computer, right? That it's set. But I wish, same like them have the Western Union, and so them should have set up the tax and them place. How we go do your driver's license that it connect, everything connects same way. You understand? So the Western Union and them connect. So change more in a King's Portmore, type in my name, it will come up with everything. You understand? So it's set from long time.
So
but them still have to
that's what Ned's supposed to do.
But it is set long time that way there. Got you, Carla.
Yeah, night is all Lonesome.
Yeah, man, bless.
Alright, good night to the panel. We have a concern. We make 2 trips to Jamaica almost every year. But I make 2 trips just to get an account down there. You know, we have good business over here and everything. It's so sad. And I don't even know what to say, but for somebody to born in our country and you have to go through so much things to get an account and to see I migrate to the United States and before I even becomes a citizen of the United States, I could have get an account with just $25. Walk into a bank with an ID and something to verify that you live at a certain address, like a bill, whatever it is, a letter with a name, whatever it is, you get an account, and then people have so much red tape, you know, and I think is one of the reasons sometimes I wonder if it's because they know that these people in the diaspora will get the opportunity to go get further education or, you know, we experience different things in the wider world. I think they're trying to keep us out of Jamaica to continue doing the shenanigans that they are doing.
To our people there.
Yes.
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 Yeah, man.
You know, and also another thing when we have a reason we have to hear.
Yes.
You know, we have some thing down, so we have a land down there with them thief from, with the government of Jamaica thief it from.
Yeah, what am I going with? I do this to talk about, yes, man.
Acres a lot for the Walter Park. But I remember when I was a little youth when that land I cut up.
Okay.
And then put roses on it.
All right. No, so no. May I take a next? What me do, man? All right. Cool. Yes, Carla. Yes, Carla.
Yes, a question to you just asked. See?
Yes.
Them are talk about people changing money. How them can system, but they think the criminal system.
That is it.
If you have changed money and they know you change money, so when they arrest a man for gun and something, the same man to the next part and there's no evidence, you can link this to every cambia, so you can link the criminal system.
And that me tell them, you understand? All right. For instance, them link the money system way back. So if you change money at Portmore, if you put a name, it does come up right up. So the Western, well, a private system anyway. So, but the government still have to overlook it, right? But them link up the system. Make the private people them will run it and link up the government system. The government system don't link. So if you buy a car, you know, I remember I buy a car in a Clarendon. And I forgot call Clarendon and go stamp out the title. And then tell them someone wanted to send a Kingston. So I have to drive, go back a Clarendon and go do it. That don't make no sense.
Okay.
You understand?
But when people do wrong, then can go all around and get away with it. But anything to do with money, if it help other people, then can put a stop and know when you do it and how you do it.
So yes, that's the problem we have. All right, bless. Yes. Nah, yeah, Mike mute. Mike mute. Yeah, Mike.
Sorry about that. There's so many things we hear anyway, so many complaints. Now the vehicles. What the call said earlier about the vehicles. Vehicles park the yards of so many police stations for years. If you seize it and it's now government property and it's drivable, you need, if you don't have a vehicle, you would think that common sense tell the commander of that police station, test the vehicles and see which ones are mobile.
No, but I'm giving you even better than that. They have some vehicles on the wharf. Then push up your money so high that you're unable to clear it. They can't clear it. Some of them do, they take these vehicles and then park it up there. Those are vehicles from told them off. So he must say, okay, so when you take the vehicle, them I want to just park them and make them a rotten down. Because people couldn't it, but like 2.5 times fix everything. All right, you make 20,000 feet and you know, say you're not pay to clear it. You're not going to get them. Say just you make it stay. Right? And them have enough of these kind of vehicles out there. So it must say why them don't use these kind of vehicles instead of put it down, make them a rotten down. See? I be a foolish system going. Yes, Ratty.
Yeah. Well, there's a certain policeman, I won't mention his name, a senior policeman who called me recently and was asking to see if the diaspora can help buy 3 engines for vehicles because them say them have no vehicle for respond to requests from the constituency. And it went on that him said, listen, if you can't buy the 3 engine, at least buy 1 and send 1 come give it so we can put it in the vehicle. We can get around. Now remember on Friday night the Minister of Health was saying that some of the ambulances they're built for to traverse the Jamaican roads. I mean, we're asking, so why is it that we can't buy police vehicles were built for traverse the same roads? Yeah, you know, maybe the police should have buy the vehicles from where the people with the Ministry of Health are get for them ambulance from. But same Toyota company, right? Give them a contract and say, build the road with stiffer suspension, more durable engine, greater, better transmission for deal with the Jamaican roads. But instead, what we do, we go buy used cars that you and I could buy. And how you can use a car there, keeping in mind that car constantly under pressure because that car is going to be used maybe 16 hours out of the day, every day, right? And it's a regular car that you and I go, how that work? I don't understand that. And by the way, one more thing. Anybody who wants to listen to the speech regarding the criticism leveled by the Prime Minister against the Ministry of Health, just go to 3 hours and 4 minutes into the conference, and you can find the conference on Jeffery Tavares' Make Way Talk YouTube channel. Because here's what he said, and I hope the Minister of Health is listening. Because when I raised this to him Friday night, he pretended he seemed surprised, and but does, and the Minister said, and I'm paraphrasing here. He said, on a daily basis, I get complaints about the health sector, and they're justified. And the complaints refer to space, care, equipment, services. That's the entire healthcare system man is talking about. The entire healthcare system. So, Mr. Tufton, if you didn't hear that, sir, I don't know why you didn't hear it, but for listening, you can back and fast forward to 3 hours and 4 minutes into the conference. And you will find right here, we said, I want to turn my attention to the health sector. And you'll see.
Hold on, Carter, hold on. Start again because Ron was talking. Yes, nice.
Yeah, we need to ask them in 2016, the then thieving minister, Bobby Montague, spent $350 million on police car. We haven't gotten those cars. We need them car, their taxpayers' money, and want to the body camera. Them 16. We need the body camera, we need the money. We are them thieving people. I shop around in a cabinet. It can't work. It can't continue like that. And we
sir. All right, sir. All
Yeah,
right.
Somebody just text me out. Somebody just text me out.
Let me tell you about the police car. We can't buy something every year and 5 years in a region.
True that. We want our money. So you say it. Yeah, it did buy the car. HIT.
Yeah, man, you buy the car. And you buy the camera.
It did buy the car. Abbreviation, you know. Yeah, man. Everybody, HIT, man. Yeah, so it.
People could be at the new e-ticket machine when they buy cost more than one of the body camera.
Okay. What you call the ticket machine for yourself? We don't follow where them say how much money for this, you know.
Price high but overrated.
Yes.
I tell you, say, if you go on Amazon or any camera, that's $120. But it's still cheap, it's still costless than the e-ticket machine.
Yes. But I no, said no, 5.4 million Jamaican one. All billion Jamaican. I get that from. And a 4 when buy, you know, it buy 4, you know, it again type 4. And I said that you can lose the drive.
Computer, people got them here and take them tests. And nobody now interrupt them. If you feel.
Anything it do, it destructive for Jamaica. We have a thing for a roll out pan, you see, it's how I feel. All right.
Yes. One of the things I'm want to raise some attention to and some concern is the fact that, you know, we talk about the police vehicles, right? And we talk about body cam, but also the substandard police ballistic vests. What am I getting right now? A policeman, I've just got it from one of our top policemen that a policeman was shot and seriously injured because of the substandard bulletproof vest that they've issued to them. First of all, it takes donkey years for them to give to them. Even though the man meaning the Minister of National Security said that he had $1.2 billion to spend from fiscal year 2016-2017 to 2022-2023. And he must spend it on doing a whole bunch of things. We don't see where it gone yet. It is because we're crying that we are decry the fact that policemen them don't get them resources. All of a sudden, we see bulletproof vests being issued, but they're substandard. And by the way, I sent a video to all of you. You see the little tear up shoes where the policemen are marching out. And my brethren from Rallington, we see you comment, but you know what I talk about. But when you see the shoes that the man are wear, and I think that was at the 39 gun salute. I think that was at that function where the man wear that.
You need to put up that.
The 39 gun salute. All right, we're gonna put up the 39 gun salute. But hear this song. I've got to talk about the road in a Freeman's Hall too, you know. Yeah? Because you know the Freeman's Hall road there, it attached to, you know, family issues and all kind of things. And that no good neither, none at all. Down there, so. Yeah, man. So we need to go fix them road there. Because we're going to do the whole mapping. Now, I show now, even if you come by us and see something, we tell them say where the sun, you know, and where the breeze, where the wind. If they say, all right, now I show now, I'm going to show them the name and the place and everything. Remember, I show them the garbage or the pile up. I know them not clean up properly yet. I know. See? And now we're showing all of the road, showing say, all of them make on a budget and say, we not do this and do that. We not do nothing. Waste of money, waste of things.
You know, the Chinese, and I've said this before, the Chinese built the new foreign affairs and foreign trade headquarters down on Little Port Royal Street. And yes, that building, nobody should have any meetings inside of that building. First of all, you can't make any foreign government come and build certain sensitive sites for you. And Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Foreign Trade headquarters, that's, to me, that's a sensitive site from a counterintelligence perspective. Now, what them should have done is take that money there and build some of the inner city roads, because remember now, them already build the highway, so they might have leftover material, right? And they might have the Chinese free labor, right? So they should have said to the Chinese, listen, want to build some of the interior roads, the arterial roads, build some of them roads, have resurfaced them and so on. Build training schools, build regular schools with some of that money there. They never do none of that. Them just licky, and them just take the building and thinking that, okay, this is a sign of progress, and we can have, it's a brand new building. We can have meetings in here, and we can regale our visitors, and someone make them feel that we have arrived because we have a brand new building. We not have a little broke down building. And believe me, if I were advising all of the foreign countries, the significant ones in Jamaica, I would have tell them, don't have any meetings in that building unless you want whatever you're saying to the Jamaicans to be transmitted elsewhere. Do not have any meetings in that building unless you want to send out misinformation. Then you can go inside that building and do it. But if you really want to talk straight to the Jamaican government, I would say to you, be very, very careful. Have you meeting somewhere else?
But you know something, Mr. Rattigan and Mr. Lonesome and Sir Nelson, when the building started, I went on air on Roots and 6.1 FM, and I said this: Jamaican government should not be having a foreign government building the Ministry of Foreign Affairs building. When I said it, somebody from government called me and said I'm talking nonsense. Do you know why they couldn't even open the building? They went to the building because the sewer system wasn't connected to the main system. So when they defecate, going to the system, you know what the American government tell them? They must go and F themselves.
Them should tell them little more. And by the way, watch this. It's a premiere. Me a premiere about this, Watch this.
Yeah, premiere. The 39 guns are the
No, man, we're supposed to see this. Go out and gun. One. This body, man. Look here. See him there?
First means new beginning. First means that we start off on a new path. This is a path for success.
On the path for success, man dead. Hey, when you think we're going to play, I'm mash up Google, Google said this is the new part of success. The people, the man wife, they are one and them picking and Google, they are talking about success. People can't get and talk about this is the new part of success. And I shoot up the man funeral. Look here. If you get fire for this man, look here. Good mornings, family. Shoulder! Police! The man can't say back at me, We're not going,
Fire rounds in bodies of trees. With one body. Go!
You pan gun. You got the one that want to drill the neck of the man inside. You see no one straight. Look there. Look at what there. That's on 13. Reload. Look at now.
Freezing.
26.
Reload.
Reload again. 21. We are going,
Freezing.
Watch out. 39. Yeah, the honor trust it too. Mama, I forgot stop. This is my stream. No, man. Google, you watch me, but I hear that thing you do. No, man. No, this serious man. This is how I go with the man. Shoot up the man, funeral. Herb, you are soldier myself too much. Herb, you ever see this yet? 13 Herb. That a man was serving in the army. No, come on now. Herb, we know them have 7 and them that, 1 round, 2, 3, make 21. No way at all around the world, Google change it. 39. And him say 21, 30. Brother, me never not carry no sir books now night, No man, him turn, man.
Herb, we ain't say them supposed to lock him up for shoot up people.
You want them to lock him up?
The 10-man squad was fired 3 times for 21.
Yeah?
Right? So obviously somebody out there wasn't counting.
But I Google all the while, I'm going to shoot up Thomas funeral again. Not just Thomas. The same thing again. Something like a misty adult film headset. And it dig down now, Like, no, the buck. The buck. The man dig down more in the herb. Yeah? And they must shoot up everybody funeral. Everybody where dead funeral, them go shoot it up. You know, you're going to spoil. It's a new day. And it's a new
plane land.
Well, I don't make us supposed to live up. It's a good one.
We're going to have to make it the official funeral screener before them people go out there and parade.
No, man. You're very bad. My eye too, man. Of course, but you're very bad. Can Google your head, you feel my head too. Google you're going bad, man. No, man, you're going bad. Don't feel like him up, Him to get locked up. No, man. Him to get locked up, man. You can't have the people them there go shoot up them funerals, man. Him do it. You think the man could have won a gun behind my head and a fire shot, so?
As a military man, you know so there were firearms protocols violated right there with the man behind them with a gun. And there was another angle.
I lead it to the man outside.
There's another angle that Lonesome showed last week where
in
the back, them loaded the rifle.
Yeah.
With the guys them standing right in front of them load the rifle before them turn sideways and start fire.
Hey, Google dangerous, and if so Google get an AK, and Google have it and turn. Remember, it have in the clip too, Google turn it on all the man. So this is an AK. Me I say, I'm telling you, all your things that are going to turn it on me, Google, you idiot. No man, they want to defeat the Google man. Even a police better.
Oh God, I don't know.
Google was a bad man.
You remember the man that trained engineer, right?
Yeah.
And so if he's not used to drill and ceremonies, they need to borrow somebody from a park camp and get these guys trained properly in drill and ceremonies. How
but you can't train Google, him can't train enough. Again, it's a
all you have to do is borrow the person who drives the thing to
and you got the man sitting outside and I tell him about it's a new day and a day for like him as a prosperity. So who wants to make garbage for talk, What man can't talk and the girl that talk, all of them are talking, man. You feel and jump and where I do make Jamaica better, I am blessed. And what of that? I'm blessed. Not like this. I'm not commissioner this, man.
Well, I know somebody just write me. And them say, since you say them shall lock him up if you attempted to have a corpse and funeral mourners.
Of course. Him shoot up the man funeral. And him say 21 gun salute, And none of them just say Google and I say them are follow him. Because you say my commission. I know commissioner Google got that. He's not a police. And we write to everybody all around the world and laugh after him, When them see them, I say, yo, no, if him in our army are in the at all, we got with him, Them charge trees to do that, you know. You go shoot. By the way, you notice him get $18 million. And at 18 round, overrun him do. 21 at 18 at 39. Me account it. It's 39. 21 at 18 at 39.
It was
You
21.
know what I'm trying to take my MP. 1 million for every round when boss. Extra round. You said the moment zero. Yeah, I'm good.
But Sir Herb. Seriously, you know, the person who drive the van to Green Bay. Signal the plane.
No man, it's serious, man. Google fan, man. But also we have to end the show now, I take the show here. But like, you know, but also we have to end it. Google,
No.
why the amount of call will come in where government will have to do something better than that. Let go Google. Let go Google. Monday Google, you not go back another creech there. Me I talk to you straight now, Google. You watch me every day, we know that. No, go back another creech there. Go put cowish in there. So you go in there, go creep in there, cowish grab you. Yeah, I'm the tricycle when I said me now, but I send it neither. Me have a tricycle fee, me not send it. Me serious, me not give him. Me not giving him. No, you can't shoot up the man them funeral like me not give him. You can't say me mean, but me not give him a tricycle. Me not do it. Me take it out for him for you, you know. Me have a tricycle fee, me now. Yeah, man. Yeah, but one of the days, next week, I gotta take my tricycle and show him. Him not get it. Now show you know why you not get this. You shoot up morning's funeral. I'm a talk to you see go shoot up just a stomach funeral. You too old for that, brother. Me not get the tricycle. Me not give man. And if you go home, man, the police, man. Google and the police. Man, they want to stop it.
No.
You can't make the world as soon as shoot up people funeral like this. And that, you know, this and that.
When somebody by your comment say must send him the car seat, the child's car seat.
No, him have enough of them and them carry in. Them forgot to put it all over him. You understand? Lock it on him. But Google now about it's a new beginning. People can't tell them you tell them about new beginning and the beginning of future. The people them are mourn. Eh? And them all of them, and none of them now said more about Sir Googs. Them they even say Sir Googs, you know, say too much shot bus still. You can't do that. Yeah, hey, you know, say that's why we couldn't go to the police. They're not gonna like me, you know. Come here, tell them the truth.
Wait, hey,
yeah?
Okay. You send Wayne with the shoes that come out?
Yeah, him shop plate, man. We send it to you. Check it in.
The only one with the shoes, man.
Yeah, we send it to him. You send it to me? Yeah, man. Look,
Ratty, you know, before in parade, the entire platoon or detachment get inspected.
Right.
Right? So how they miss all of that?
Make Wayne play some the audience can see.
Side. You know, see, look here. And oh God. I Google Papa the man's shoes too. You know. Never play it for the people. Me say me run business. Google, yeah, Google suppose I cost the one who wants everything you know. Google, you can't tell me nothing.
Well, we said it yesterday, Wayne.
No, never straight now.
He's responsible for everything that happens.
Jesus Christ. People, no man, this strong man. I Google take out the shoes heel.
So,
the man, and then they pull out the man. This is so embarrassing. People don't know believe this.
And like what Herb said, Herb said before them do the marching and things, the whole platoon supposed to get inspected. So them
and the man shoes dirty like working a cement. No man, well on there. Police, well on, I'm showing you this. No man. By Google. Let me just put by Google.
Oh, I remember I said the police supposed to give the man, the JCF supposed to give the man 3 sets of uniform every year, you know, 2 or 3.
What?
To give them shoes though.
Anything remember I Google do this.
Yeah.
I Google do this. Google, I use this. See the people, just look on this foot. Look at people. Look on the foot. Look on the man's foot. John Moore. And when the man patrol, and then I hear that in this. So the man shoes up to them have some, and then them throw cement on it, man.
Now look at him come up behind him and talk to him. Right, let him dead.
That's Christ.
Yeah, Terry have it.
Look there. And the man I walk and I hear that thing, I Google do it. This a Google. Listen, me man. I Google cause this too. Google, no, everything Google, I say me blame him. But I Google do it, man. It's a foolish this too, man. Him dead there, you know.
It is a disgrace, you know.
No, but it's a disgrace. Look there.
When the man do the moonwalk. Look on the moonwalk. Really?
Look up on the man pants so big. It coming like a man this like 48 waist. And I put a man like him have 30 waist in the pants. And not even film pants this. Just to got drape up behind him. This a joke. I Google do this too, you know. This coming like a bigger Ford pants than him and a bigger Ford pants. No man. Watch a man. You can't see a boy I'm up time to wait. It's embarrassing, man.
That's your moonwalk.
Oh, God, man, what there? No, man, them for go in, brother. No, man, them outside, man. That's a big of the and a few pants. And a few pants. When you say jot up, you know, like when you're a youth and you see some youth have some wire and the pants too. Eh? You can't say on a few pants. And the boot, yo, Google, what was the responsible for this? It's embarrassing. This embarrassing bad. Yeah? You have to stop it.
They have to release the funds. They have to release the funds, make the police federation do what they need to do.
Yeah, man.
And also need to give them a better remuneration deal. They need to do that. You know?
It's bad,
they
man.
have the money. Them claims them have surplus and things like that. Pay the people because of them are the first. Them are part of the first responders. Them are the one who put them lives line. Pay the people them.
We have you must have inspection. Google, start back the inspection. A foolish shit I do, you know. Me say them have to fire. No, me serious, no, you know. Google, it's for the whole week. You them on the screen enough. You have to Google me them fire you. I bet don't go to the creech tomorrow. Me I warn you. Maybe look for your good. Google, no go to the creech tomorrow. I mean I joke with you. And the first baby this missing out here, you know, them not listen to people, you know. In go baby gonna understand. And then I want to you, you know, I carry the biggest bulldozer, you know. The tractor, you know. And baby gun, much turn us and like gunman, a baby gun. I put gun and then throw much turn out and we find this. And when you look not even want to bring a gun to understand where you take up, you know. Google I that. Google I said, you know. Google I said, you know, man. No, man. No, man. It have to stop, man. Man, go resign. You need to resign by a morning. I'm Jeffery Tavares. I said nothing. Can I watch him last game? Me, I thought the man in the wilderness.
No, listen to me. Wayne. On a very serious note, though. What we just saw here. Disgrace.
Google for steer him for go.
The prime. I have already said it. The commissioner of police needs to step down. He needs to resign.
I will need to creep down.
One out of the two.
He must creep down. Yeah, man.
Because what we're seeing here is a disgrace to the police force. It's a disgrace to the men and women of the police force.
Him for go, man.
The commissioner of police needs to step down.
Him for go, man.
How on earth can you have the people securing the country in a shoes like that?
And the pants like that too.
Commissioner of police? Come on.
You know, we laugh about it, but seriously now, seriously. I mean, this is a bad reflection on the JCF and the leadership. Very bad reflection.
Yes.
I mean, yeah, we're having a comedic moment about it, but if you think about it seriously, policing is a serious business, you know. Policing is a life and death thing.
Yes.
And when you don't provide the resources that the people need to protect you, right? to reassure you. When you don't provide it, then what do you expect? Like we said before, I used to be in the group that used to say the police all of them are thief and this and that, until I come across a few policemen who sat me down and explained to me and said, no, it's because we do. Them said to me, listen, we do have bad apples, like any organization. We have our bad apples, but in addition to that, we don't have the resources. We've been given a basket to carry water. And then I said, well, what do you mean by that? And then they start explaining the whole thing to me. No, uniform.
That means the government that thief money too, you know. Because if you spend 176 billion, they spend the most resources. A matter of fact, Google himself just show where a green uniform, when just a brand new uniform and him do, and that a uniform, that a bigger Ford long time pants. This a pants, so we know the pants there. That a one a bigger Ford choices.
Did they change it? Oh, hold on a second. Did they change the color from blue to green or from green to blue?
No, him say about that one morning. Can you remember Google asked
Oh, from green to blue.
Yeah. No, it's blue same way, but then I put some overall that did it. He might come with a green thing. So when I born him, can I make them look like them a security guard? He might say this suit now gonna make it save the police them life because like a superpower suit. I don't know if a Batman suit or something.
No man, it come from St. Mary. Remember, say the other man.
No, that's the monkey man. Yeah, that it said it don't call monkey man too, you know. Yeah, man, it don't call man, don't it? It said. I think that. Yeah, man, it said, man. It said. Then it said him uncle
Ask Rattigan answer that one day.
Yeah, man, it did come out so when it was national security. It did say feed uncle man.
Oh.
It said. Yes. It did say. Can you imagine the amount of the man? I said, the man with that. You know,
the country in a cartoon, you see racist don't say no, you know, no racist don't say no.
There's a search over the man in the window this side, I don't know.
Remember, this is the same man who said that best practices say that you shouldn't attempt more than law enforcement agencies shouldn't attempt more than maybe 2 or 3 technology projects at a time. And he made a speech back on February 28, 2020, so that the paper must about 12 of them doing. Then him come late last year to Washington DC and said that it's 30-something projects them are doing.
Yeah, man. Well, I get a call from my brother. Yeah, well, I wanna with this now. Even though I'm tired, I know. Eyes on the fire. Go on.
But brother, me I tell you, me I get a good laughter, you know. Believe you me. Me I get a good laughter. But this year, a serious business, you know, brother.
What if we do it? Before you say a next word, what if we do with the one Google got? When investigate.
You have to play a track tonight, you know. You have to play Google track when you are close tonight, you know. May I beg you?
I forgot to play Google track. I forgot job.
Line up the Google Gaga track we have. But look at.
What you never hear my Google Gaga track? Me have Google tune to you know that it. Me never tune to have it, man. Everything. Yeah, man. What you not joke? Me have a Google track, man. I'm not play it to you, man.
Jeffrey, no. Listen, brother. You cannot anywhere in that world you go and you have a 21 gun. You have 7 people, men and women, all right? And you fire 3 rounds, 7 people, right? You can't have a man standing behind a man with a rifle, brother.
True.
You can tell Google that.
Because it can be a medical. Brother, it can be a medical condition, you know, with a man behind him, drop out, heart attack, anything can happen, you know. It's dangerous, you know, brother.
Yeah, man, but Google.
It's a high health and safety risk, you know, brother. You understand? And this idiot can keep doing it. And nobody can say to him, say, hey, you idiot, you cannot keep doing this. You know?
Yeah, man.
No, man, we have to get rid of him. Have to go.
We go have to go.
And him friend my name Chan.
No, call him right name.
You know?
That time alias. Call him right name, sir.
Crab.
Yes,
Crab
sir.
star, the crab star.
Come on.
Brother.
Like, call him right name.
And the crab star.
No, but you know what's my name? Call him right name. Yeah.
And the crab star.
Jeffrey,
Well, hold on a second, but you know something, think about this, right?
yes.
The recent poll that had a 91 disapproval rating for the police commissioner and a 93% disapproval rating for the Minister of National Security, and the Prime Minister still keep them in position. Not only keep them in position, the Prime Minister take the police commissioner with him go meet law enforcement officials in Washington, law enforcement officials who know about the 91% disapproval rating. And so I can tell, because I actually sat in one of those meetings, they're looking and say, well, how we can trust this man when 91% of the people in a film country were polled. 91% of the people polled so that them don't have little to no confidence in him. I execute him in job.
But no, when I see what's not, when we never tell the people them take pack card, we in a diaspora, because them not know, you know, you are part of the diaspora and be a powerful people there, so you know. So here what I tell Google, you have to go away. Now me have to make your ear, because I never know, say never hear the tune about Google. Make do a tune about Google. I listen to the words of the tune. This year, no play it, hold on.
Yo, government! You know it's very illegal to employ a baby to do big people job. You know that very civilian man.
Lonesome!
You have some baby, them a walk close to crib. Go on board, you matter if make big space. Get up piece of paper, got when them a spit. Them a stop and about me have to laugh to me with. I can't go fit and come and talk about it. I can't go come and call this shit. They be sentence. Alright, they never come fit. You love sweet bird and Mr. Crabber. One day we met up for like was his body was a I do not open up everybody eyes. People let them to know them laugh till them cry. There is not a like him don't tire. When I say one up here, what we try. Him a talk about it and then him talk about sky. Talk about woman and can't go outside. You ask him good question and give you stupid reply. You understand this baby not your own.
You don't understand. You don't understand. You don't know some right tune for baby man. You want the baby tune, man.
The second time I laugh on this long while.
Why? Me tell you some people hear the tune and laugh till them cry, man. All them tongue you have seen your papa him tongue tie. Eh?
I'm number one the cooks are there to you. You put the security force at risk. If I keep the 13th by the way I've lined up, you put them at risk fast.
Dangerous,
right?
man.
It's not supposed to be a dangerous thing. They will do a 21 gun salute.
Well, I know, brother. Well, I know, minute, brother. You're next man in the diaspora. Clive. You be there, man, when I'm afraid. We see it, I Google do it. I Google cause it. Everything where they're not in by uniform. That also be a uniform. In both, when we look the man have on bigger vote pants. You see the back part I jerk up and not film fit that. That's when your waist bigger than you and then dry it up.
We're not hearing him win.
Eh? You can hear him now? Repeat again, Kai.
The man shoes bottom and drop off. You see shoes bottom and drop off.
Me see it.
Look very good. How what? That's the perfect circus the man am around. No, police force. That's a circus house.
A big boy forget with a Google Gaga. And then go put General Lampard for over that now for go look it to make it first. Stir up the pot. That a planting in a spot. Right. Well, I get Carla all over. Let me take a Carla Clive. Don't move, hold on. Yo, Carla, bless.
Good evening.
Hi, good evening. How you doing?
I am good. I'm good. Great show. I'm telling you, I'm laughing, really laughing my ass off. But it is funny. It is funny, but it is serious in so many ways.
Yes.
But you have, like you say, you have people that they're not qualified for. And that's the biggest problem that Jamaica has with these people. And it's through the years where you have people in jobs. Because when you look at the political climate now, you have all the houses, his daughter, his son, they're in politics, some others is involved in it. So it's like everybody's child. Nepotism has taken over. It doesn't matter if they're qualified for the post, yes or no. So that's one of the biggest problems that you're having. No, you cannot have a commissioner of police who does not know what a 21 gun salute is. No, that's such a disgrace.
It's bad.
It doesn't have Bible to tell him that 21 gun salute? Every child knows what a 21 gun salute is. Because DJs have sung about it for many years.
But him talk about it. Well, make a just say something. Him talk about it to the people when that see police never get no salute. He say, listen, where is 21 gun salute? And him go himself and shoot 21, 39.
Win.
No, man. I'm not big thing better. No, me not better. You know, so we get my
the voice is too low. The volume is too low.
Yes. Yes.
And the truth is, they both evaded your questions. They were just giving you because I mean, Will Rattigan was asking some really serious questions. And they were just asking on issues. They're the answers that the people understand.
Yes.
They're talking to the people based on their academic accreditation.
Yes.
Like I said, I love the people one-on-one that the people don't understand. Because if people don't understand, we'll understand it. You will understand. You will understand it. There has polluted language. Come down to the people and talk to them. They understand what you're saying.
Because if they do that, then them people are realize them a chat garbage. Take it down. So when you use a big word, you know, mean not to me, you know. Me and everything, you know. Yes. So it coming like. Yes. So you remember we can't speak the Queen English, but we choose not to. So, but me understand what I must say. Yes.
Not to sue the audience that is asking the question. Somebody say is where she's really BS.
Yes.
Talk to the people who voted for him. Talk to the people whose budget is affecting.
Yes.
Let them understand exactly what he's saying. So when he's coming with his highfalutin language, and you know, I listen to Christopher Tufton talk about building hospitals. Oh, they think you're gonna build a hospital and not have people, nurses to staff.
Thank you. Thank you. All right. So you when you all right, sister. So look now. Now, somebody asked me if you know ask working, but I would not because we more hear from you the root. I'm more deep with the root causes and the root cause that is now. So if you have a hospital I run and a real nurse run hospital, you know, doctor will come. You can hear
your viewers and they say it's very low. We can hardly hear.
All right. So hear this now. So doctor will come do what, but really a nurses run hospital. Right? And if you can't get no nurse, if you believe not 1,000 building and them empty, you feel, sister, you feel better. You're gonna feel. You feel the public.
You have a building standing there
with nothing.
Sooner rather than later, it's gonna be emptied because people are gonna steal everything in there.
Yes.
Turn them to buildings. There's gonna be a waste of money. Trees gonna grow in there, and then they're gonna say, "Oh my goodness, why not invest it in hiring more teachers?"
Yes.
For this nursing institution,
our teachers, pay them well. If you pay them well, you know, then if you cut you know, he was complaining about his salary. I mean, really?
No, you're gonna make everybody complain now because you use that for your mark.
For him to complain,
Yes. Yes.
And disrespectful. And disrespectful. Because I'm 100% sure, like we'll broke it down, how much he's getting, $2,600 US. That is the equivalent of what he's getting. Some people in America don't get that for a salary on a monthly basis, okay? And he's getting 2,600, equivalent of that in Jamaican dollars. Do you know how much he can do with that? Send his children to whichever school he wants to send his children to. He can afford to do that. Just consider the mother with 2 children working a domestic job. And he's $9,000 a week, so he needs to shut up about his salary. Nobody cares.
So out of that, Makala, if you pay to your food, and maybe just your bus fare and your food. So there are $1,000 to do what? To pay for the kids them, yes. And buy your food.
Complain about his salary, it is such a slap in the face of the Jamaicans who put him in there.
Let me just add one for this.
And also what I want to say before I go is that they should really look at the salaries that these politicians are getting, and it should be based on service. They are going to work. Are they doing the work for the pay that they're getting? If they're not doing the work for the pay that they're getting, they should be getting it because they're not doing the work.
So when you know, let me just answer you before you leave now, because I take an answer back something now. If you based on what them doing, that means the money them get a egg. That's zero. The money there, they're just a zero.
They would do better.
Yes.
The work, and the pay, of the work that they were putting out.
All right, sis. Cool. Well taken.
All right, well done.
Yeah, man. Yeah, Ratty. Where you just Ratty?
Okay. Remember last week when we asked him about it and said, because he's saying we're building a new building here, we're building a new building there. And the question was posed to him, said, how you're building all of these new buildings? Who will staff these buildings? Because you already said that you don't have enough people to staff the existing buildings. So when you build all of these new buildings, how are you going to staff it? And if you remember his answer, he said HR was the problem. HR, human resources, because they're not doing enough to get the nurses, to get enough nurses through the pipeline. No, here's my question. He's been there. And I ask him this, he's been there for what, 6-7 years? And you mean, no, he's gonna say HR is a problem? HR is a problem after 7 years, you realize that you don't have enough nurses. And remember, no, nurses have been leaving Jamaica for a long time. It's just that the situation now is critical right now, especially during the COVID period. And so for him to say that no, HR is the problem, because when we ask him, well, what's HR is a problem? He said, well, if HR is a problem, when did you realize that HR was the problem? When? You've been there 7 years and you've seen this steady exodus of people, exodus of nurses and doctors. So when did you realize that HR was the problem? No?
And the lady said something that I've been saying for a couple of months now. There's 2 members of parliament that I know who doesn't come to parliament a lot. And I don't have to call any name. The question must be asked, are they getting paid? They do not come to parliament, none at all. I haven't seen them in the parliament for a long while. One from Clarendon and one from St. Andrew. Are they still getting taxpayers' money? Because they haven't sitting in the house of people's business.
You know, say them can't say them not get paid. We know say them get paid. Whether in a Pampers or not, but we know say I get paid. We know Pampers are changed, you know.
Before you take another call,
you want to draw me out today, you know, easy.
Before you take another call, let me just...
Yes. Well, yes. Talk at it.
Yeah, let me just say this. One of the things the Minister of Health and Wellness said last week, Friday, and we kind of let it go because we didn't want to, we have enough time. He said that he had high praise for the Ministry of Affairs and Foreign Trade. And especially he singled out the ambassador to the United States, Audrey Marks. And if you remember, his complimentary remark about her was that she's always on a plane. She's always on a plane. Going where? Going from Kingston to Washington. Look, said it before. She's an astute business. Just strongly suggested now that she should give up the post because she has a daughter in school, and that's why she's still here. She has no interest. First of all, she's not a career diplomat. There are plenty of people in the foreign service, Jamaican part, who could do that job 10 times better than she's doing. What's her claim to fame? Let's connect. That this platform she has where you can talk to people from Jamaica, and when people like me get up on it and say, "Make we ask some questions," they start shift my questions into our private chat so people can't see it. Is this what we come to? You know, we walk up and down and just take photographs. What we do is when you hear and you hear stuff. This is what we are paying them for come and live big life in America. This is what we're doing. No, so we need to. And I told the minister, I said, "Minister, at a certain time and at a certain date, you and I will meet, and I will give you the evidence that this woman is an abject failure. And not only she's not the only failure. I'll tell you about the one in New York. The only one I think who's representative of Jamaica in any way is the guy down in Miami. Mayor, that's his name.
Yes, Oliver Mayor.
That guy is representing Jamaica. But these two up here.
The one that lazy and not
the one who not working in the name, right? Yeah, the one who try to be
Let me take the call. Caller.
Yes, night to all of the man in the panel.
Yes.
Yes, Lonesome.
Yes.
I'm going to blame the police. But you say him shoes he'll drop off on the way or they look sharp.
Yes.
And this are the free comes from the ear Peter. Guys, yes, when I
Google did it too, Soji. You know, I said Google.
Yeah.
Google did up a camp. You know, I said indeed that well, Google need not even 2 sheets of zinc right now. You know that. To be a perfect.
No.
Well, I'm saying
already that
to do. Hey.
Because you see, I'm not telling him to shout him name. Dirty order because
and he said, Google Gaga. So when that do? When him shout him name.
Because it look shabby. But you see, watch this now. It's a gun salute. I mean, several times.
Yes.
You talk, I just said now we now in a one line. We're not there now.
Yeah, that's what it is.
It's self-loading rifle you have. Why you need to have cock weapon and fire shot? You just squeeze one.
Them up.
And when them say up, you squeeze another one, up, you squeeze another one. You don't need to have cock every minute. That don't make no sense, right? Then, and then back to, it's a tough time him one night. When we are telling about the ambulance them, right? And think, if a man have some serious life-threatening injury, you need a medevac helicopter to carry him out. Right? Because you need to reach the hospital center. Them look at E20 gun, they not have enough thing in there for save him. They don't have a proper gurney in it. You know the gurney them. When you pull them out, you know the gurney them, when you pull them out, the foot them just drop out of ground. Same time. Them not have none of them there, and if I tell you, because the road them at Jamaica, then fix the road them. We are telling me about road, we don't care about the road.
And then the wheel we are talking about the ambulance. So inside of the ambulance you are talking about the wheel, right?
Yeah.
You matter about the road.
Yeah, you matter about road. Yeah. Okay, it's better you buy 4 good ambulance instead of buy 6 little bus.
Yes. Them say them retrofit them. And them do it. Them say them.
The man them not have the sense, man. And him say him go far overseas and go tour yes and this and this. And then you don't take nothing good from them place. So you come with all of the madness when I your head.
Right. So we know the right thing.
Hey, Wayne.
Tell them, yes.
I don't have to call or recall when the JDF was out on exercises. It was I guess a movement exercise where they were firing. And this young private got hit. And for some reason, it took them close to 4 hours to get him out of the bush and to an ambulance. And he died at the hospital.
The one that Clarendon?
The one that Clarendon is talking?
Yes, I think so.
Them kill him.
No, that is after me. That is after me, but it's them. It's friendly fire killing.
And them killing. Remember when them talking because do some jobs business. They shoot the man and so all the matter boom bam when them go down, them have an essential, them have a more shoot or man get him. And then them come tell the truth, say, a blue and blue. Them shoot the man, because them grab up some of the drugs for the down there. Them kill the man. And them climb up, when them do, reach up a university. Them done already are dead and dead and them things. Remember me talk about it in a Sochi? Yeah?
Yeah. You know me, I look into me just think about it too. It could have possibly say, Google again, you know, never use real bullet in a them rifle, you know. That's why the man them have to cock. So fire them, you know. I'm gonna not use that stone in the you don't need for cock. You're supposed to ready to go. So maybe have some blank in my use.
Yeah.
I mean, some of the blank them we malfunction where you have to re-cocking. So I don't know.
Remember, so Google said the man have him shoes that Google step out back. You know, them have to test you. You have to test your thing before you even put it on and thing. Google use all those give them. He just take money, say my buy one bag of new uniform and that to give man bigger foot, long time pants. Probably look on the pants, you know. You know, it's a bigger foot. Yeah, man, you drape up on the man. You know, when you use mute and then put the feet are stringing and then front part of the pants and draw up. So, pants. That wears bigger than them. That's one a bigger foot, long time pants at the 90s today. Eh? Money go in a pocket instead of them buy a uniform. I eat that thing, them going with better. Bigger, and let me tell you, Google for going yard.
But you know, Wayne. But you know, Wayne.
Yes.
We need to get serious and radical.
Yeah, of course.
It can't be that they have donor funds given to the JCF. Billions of dollars from America. Millions into Jamaican currency, billions. And you're saying to me that police stations in St. Thomas don't have police car? You have 2 sitting members of parliament for the Jamaica Labour Party. Michelle Charles and James Robertson. It's a damn disgrace. And all I'm going to do, every 5 years, I'm going to go out and tell people to pay a bunch of damn nonsense. And they can't secure the people of the country. What? I can tell you something, you know. When a government can't secure its people, can't give people proper health care, education, and 2 more I don't remember, there is something fundamentally wrong with the governing of this country.
200.
And the Prime Minister.
Mr. Tavares.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Tavares.
Yes, sir.
The other day, I think you probably know of it, you know. I think I don't have Clarendon and then the same way police have to hire taxi for go up on crime scene.
Talk about
yes.
it.
Yeah.
And the debate of a taxi man, can you imagine, you know? You have some man on them revenge food, you know. You carry police for a crime scene in your taxi, a man just say he use a girl and trap him. Let you go take the car from down there, so and him come up and go hold him. Can him just make police hold with friend. Because it work like that too. You can't have police and them affairs serve much district.
All right, never go on listen. Good night, everyone.
Yeah, soldier. Saying it's bad. You have much district and the way look, them affair use taxi. Them are, number one, I mean I tell you the truth. They say me I drive taxi door and then police say give me ticket and can't come to my taxi much so get them off a walk, you know. Me I tell you the truth. So you couldn't go say yeah, give me ticket and do all kind of things to give government my money. Yeah, and then you come me I go up on a crime scene, you know. Me not care you walk, run. And it's said, but the truth.
But Wayne.
It's bad man.
Mr. Rattigan Nelson, it's time for the diaspora to approach Maxine Walters, Senator Maxine Walters, or Congresswoman Maxine Walters, to start investigating on Jamaica. What is going on? Something is wrong somewhere.
Herb, let me ask on Jeffrey's point, when you do the legislative week in June and you meet with all the Congress people, would that be a good time to raise this issue?
It would be an excellent time because with them listening, and this year we're going to be doing it in person, not virtually.
Oh, okay.
Not in the Senate building or the Congressional building.
I raise it to the congressperson, yeah,
And
because
we have to
we
raise
have to do
it to
something with
them.
them people, yeah.
And
And I make sure when you raise it, Herb, maybe I have to come over there, you know. But yeah, I have to come over there because I want to raise Google Gaga and the thing them tenure and them thing. I have to. No, it can't hurt no more. Google never feel me I carry nothing for you, but it's not police. You're going bad now. You understand? You just dead there for the cannot do nothing. You might make the place first. So come there, come over there, you know. Come over there, man.
I was saying something to what Ratty asked him. Finish what you're saying to her.
No, I was saying that we all have the committee, and there's a whole day dedicated to security. Now, with the Haitian problem, we're thinking of doing security over 2 days, which we did 2 years ago when we did cyber security for an entire day. So the bottom line is we're going to have to really put on production Congress to fully understand and grasp that Jamaica is on the edge of the precipice. We are where Haiti might have been 10 years ago, right? So if you let Jamaica fall behind Haiti, then you're going to have double trouble in the Caribbean. Here we are, we're sending forces to Haiti, and we're having problems in Jamaica that there's no security in many districts for different people. And part of government job, as you just said, Jeffrey, is to provide security for its people, right? What the man said when he was running, you won't be able to sleep with your door open.
One man training dead like dog.
Well, yeah, I tell you. Yeah.
You can't sleep in another. Oh, you can't. Him never say you can't sleep in another house. You can't sleep with the door open. As long as you sleep somewhere else.
Yeah.
I'm killing for two, Jeff. But now come over there. Now, because
no, you should come because you know what, Herb. This would be a good time for you to explain to the public what your group is doing, in regarding the U.S. Congress and the Caribbean.
Well, with the Institute of Caribbean Studies, we are the liaison from the Caribbean to Congress. That means all of CARICOM and countries outside of CARICOM that's in the Caribbean. Even some Latin American countries talk to us to find out how we do the liaison with Congress. We have a public law 114-291 that Congress passed that allows us and any other diasporan to speak to legislation that impacts the Caribbean. And each year, like every other year, this year we're supposed to review our health, our education, our crime and security. And there are two other areas, agriculture and one other area. Well, we'll review those, and then we give Congress ideas where we can improve. Food security has been big, very big this year. And of course, the Ghanaians and the Barbadians are promoting that. We talked to the various ambassadors here in Washington about different programs. We have been to different islands talking about security overall, crime and security. And so we're expected in Caribbean American month of June to bring these things forward to Congress and to help to write legislation that impacts CBSI. And of course, if you're not aware of it, the Caribbean Basin Security Initiative gives certain monies to different countries to help fight crime. Jamaica has been well over $50 million a year. And, sometimes it gets even higher than that, depends on what's happening. So the bottom line is we're here on behalf of the Caribbean. We speak to Congress on behalf of our diaspora members. as well as any other organization in Jamaica or any other Caribbean country that need us to speak up on their behalf. And we'll even take them inside of Congress if we have to. But we do sit Foreign Relations Committee, whether it's the Senate or whether it's the House side. We do get in there, and we even offer the opportunity to help them write legislation that impacts the Caribbean. So the bottom line is we're here as a think tank for the Caribbean, but we also offer services for various members of the Caribbean. And we welcome individual suggestions, and we welcome membership for our different committees. And I just called out the committees a while ago.
Well, Anna, one more thing. You want to tell them about the program that you're responsible for, that you do the day-long or the 2-day-long program. I know you bring the different countries together and discuss the issues.
Right. Well, with my portfolio, crime and security, cybersecurity is we're very heavy on, because cyber crimes will wipe out a country's budget, right? It will cripple a country. So we're always giving the most up-to-date information on cybersecurity in the month of June. The other areas that we have started to speak to has been food security, because there's a lot of folks in Jamaica, I believe 2 million people, who are food insecure at this point. And these are people who they might be eating, but they're not eating the right foods. And as of course, as you know, there's a lot of diabetes and other things out there. So people need to be educated as how to grow their own food. We only need maybe a 10 by 10 square foot area to grow some key foods. So we try to inform individuals and the public at large to the various crimes. Trafficking is the biggest things that we are bumping up against right now. Human trafficking. We have run seminars on human trafficking, and we've been doing it quarterly. We run seminars about the weapons trafficking that's coming out of the US and going into Jamaica. And we have appealed to the government to allow some members of our society who are trained law enforcement officers to also be district constables within whatever state they serve within the Caribbean Jamaican community. And we think it's a good idea, because what it does, it gives them the authority to go and talk to maybe the FBI international team or Homeland Security investigations, and help them to solve some of the crime that is happening between the islands and between the USA, Canada, and other islands. So we are always engaged with various levels of police or the FBI. And last year we had a case that we were engaged with the FBI, and we learned a lot from that one case. And so we get different cases that we've been engaged with HSI, HSI and HSI in other countries, FBI in other countries as well. So we are at all times, instead of just doing the pencil and paper drill or the computer drill, we have found ourselves physically involved with different cases that come across our desks. And so we have to engage with different levels of police force to ensure that our people are protected, and to ensure, especially in Jamaica, that they're doing the right things to protect its citizenry, because we send money down there and we're asking for a full accounting of the monies that we send to Jamaica. We've had ministers come up here to the US and appeal to us to give money during the time of COVID. But we don't have an accounting of those funds after the money is given. And we know there was a well over $1 billion increase in the annual remittances, 2 years in a row. So the bottom line is, we need accountability. Nobody up here can operate without accountability. So I don't see why the government of Jamaica wants to do that. And then when we ask questions, we have the head of the Senate and other folks complain that we're not saying what Jamaica is doing right, and we're not saying nice things about Jamaica. The bottom line is you have to be accountable to your citizens, and that includes the diaspora, who are your citizens, not just in Jamaica, but right across the Caribbean, St. Lucia, St. Kitts, the whole of them have to be more accountable to their citizens. So, I hope I cover everything right.
Yes, man. You what we're going to do now? We're not moving now because we're going over 3 hours. So we're going to run till next week again. Because I think tomorrow or the next day we're going to carry the opposition and